Hello, hello, hello. This is a video that I have said we were going to be live streaming for a while now. The Sandrone character trailer has gone live, which means I'm going to react to that, but we're going to do that at the end of this video because I decided we're going to go through all of the Luna character trailers and teasers that I have skipped or not watched during this time period. And we're just going to have it all in one long VOD so that I can actually maybe edit it down over time. We're going to cut out a lot of the in-between when I eventually put this to YouTube. But if you want to see the VOD in its full glory, then you can always follow me at Twitch TV/SheetStreams. It's where I put all my live content. Or more or less, if you sub there, that's where you can get the archives and watch the VODs before they ever get edited down for YouTube. Some of the times, the stuff that usually gets cut out is a lot of me talking to chat when that happens, me talking to my mods sometimes gets cut out, as well as just a lot of loading screen or just banter and sometimes grinding in combat that I just feel like took too long. But a lot of this type of stuff, it's going to be superfluous. If you want the live experience, the main benefit of that is you get to see stuff early. You get to see stuff first. And if you want to be able to do that, join my Discord. There's a link to it in the description or the About page if you're watching live on Twitch. So, we do a lot of React content on the channel. We do a lot of strategy games. We do a lot of roguelites. And we do card games. So, there's a lot of content going on. In fact, actually, Set 8, I believe, just came out today for the Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, as well as a new story just got added to Shadowverse Worlds Beyond. So, we're going to do a live stream of that soon as I can get to it. We have now a backlog of things that I need to get through. Like I have another event that I need to stream for Honkai Star Rail, for example. And there's a 7-hour stream that we did where we read a book. We read a book on stream, live, just me reading it out loud as an audiobook. So that's also going to be edited down. I've got like 5 hours of it edited already. So it'll probably be out within the next day or two after this is getting recorded, and then this, which I'm expecting to be about 2 hours, maybe a little bit longer. We're going to start with Ineffa and work our way up to Sandrone. We're going to start with the Robot Maid, and we're going to end with the Robot Maid. So, that's basically 8 versions, 8 trailers. If I spend like 15 minutes on each, that's going to be like 2 hours. Actually, it's going to be 16. Oh man. We might be here for 4 hours. This might be a long stream. Anywho, there's other stuff on the channel if you want to look for that. I do reactions to stuff like manga reactions as well. Did I mention that yet? No, I don't think I did. Anywho, this was actually a highly requested stream, so we're going to be getting into it now. I think that's a long enough intro. Let's just start where we need to. So, first things first, we're going to start with the character teaser. Ineffa, a gift from the artificer. Gift from the artifist. So I haven't seen this yet. And I love this art style already, but we're going to always do what I always do for these trailers first, which is we're going to read the description. This came out in July. Jeez, this came out almost a full year ago. It'll be a year ago in like 20 days. It is proper etiquette for a guest to prepare a delicious meal for their host as a token of gratitude. But it is much rarer, miraculous even, for the host to provide their guest a house that they can truly call home. Ineffa's story was so good. I actually, did I cry in my playthrough? I got to go back and see if I cried, because I got really emotional at one point. It was a very powerful cutscene. I actually watched that cutscene at the end of Ineffa's I guess it's not even really her character story. It's more of it's the actual prologue to the Song of the Broken Moon. Trailer start. Okay. Just giving me like Home Depot vibes, minus the sound effects.
Why? Oh, maybe she needs more prompts.
Oh, is this her putting together Ineffa for the first time? It is! Your name's Ineffa.
And also, my name's Aino.
Oh, wow. I can't believe they went full 2D animation for this. I want Krumkakes. I wonder how much programming she put into Ineffa. She's flying like a witch on a broom.
Why won't you wake up?
Why won't you wake up? Interesting. I wonder if this is how Ineffa sees the world.
Oh, I'm gonna lose it. That idiot! My inventions aren't useless. I'm never making him anything again.
I wonder who said that.
You're a dumb stray kid with no family. No wonder why your work is trash. I have a family.
Who said that to Aino?
Right
Who hurt
here.
her?
My robots, my screws, and you.
Oh, we're getting some of the flashback. All this ties into her character story, or I guess the prologue. That she is effectively an AI from, what was it, the 12th Dragon Lord? I don't remember which number it was. That's the core, the Natlanese core.
I'm a little cold.
I wonder where she managed to source the rest of the parts that made up Ineffa's body.
Ineffa.
Because when she gets taken apart by, or I guess inspected rather, by... during the main quest, it was, she's got, like, Fontanian parts, she's got, like, Mondstadt parts. It's really interesting.
Good morning, Aino. I am Ineffa. From now on, this is my home.
So how does Brigitte factor into all this, by the way? I actually don't know. Alrighty. Well, anything at the end? Sometimes they sneak stuff at the end. Alright, no. So I guess we're going to now go back and start doing some analysis. So we do start off with something that... I think some of these lines we do actually hear in the main Archon quest. Not this main needs more prompts. But like, you are Ineffa. Your name is Ineffa. I think we did hear that in the Song of the Welkin Moon. From now on, your name's Ineffa. This line. This line, I believe we do actually see in-game. Then it's very interesting that we see this really odd perspective. I wonder if this is like a representation of like the subconscious or like the ghosts in the machine. For those who like read Isaac Asimov. That being said, most of my audience is like people like 18 to 24. So I don't know if any of you even know who Isaac Asimov is. Maybe you've heard the term iRobot and you know who Will Smith is. Maybe that'll help you. Maybe I should go with that. We get this interesting scene where I guess she's hearing what Aino is doing in reality while she's in this weird sleep mode, I guess we'll call it. So she's talking about her experiences with this guy that said that her creations were useless. She's just a street kid with no family. This probably ties into Aino's character stories. But then we get this scene here of, I guess, Ineffa traveling throughout the world, crossing the sea. And where is this that they end up? They fall apart, and there's just the core left, which somehow makes its way to Nashatown, or I guess Nod Cry. Really wonder. I would love to see like how all of Ineffa's parts ended up in Aino's workshop for them to eventually assemble into what is now this. We know where the core came from, because that was basically a main plot point of the story, but the rest of Ineffa's parts are from all over Teyvat. I know that a lot of stuff just ends up in Nashatown eventually, but that's a weak explanation. I would like a better explanation than that. And then we end on this high note of Ineffa cooking, which is Ineffa's really good at, and I wonder how much programming Aino coded themselves about that, because Aino is not the only robot. Sorry, Ineffa is not the only robot that Aino has programmed to be able to make krumkakes and be good at cooking. I do wish we got a little bit more insight into Brigitte, because Brigitte's just kind of there in this. Maybe we'll get some in her character trailer. Well, anyway, that's going to be it for this first teaser. That's one down. We got, like, what, 15 more to go? I kind of forgot that Zibai came out during these patches. We're going to have to react to Zibai's stuff, too. Oh, I forgot about Jahoda and the other 4 stars. Yeah, we're gonna be here for like 3 hours, bare minimum. I have seen this character Anecdote. It's popped up in my feed before, and I've watched it. It says I haven't watched it, but I have seen this character Anecdote. So we will not be doing a reaction to that. Oh, Aino has a trailer too. All right. That was the Ineffa character teaser. Now it's time for the Ineffa character trailer. Alrighty. 11 months ago, July 28th. Let's see. Character trailer Ineffa, essentials for home and travel. The materials used to construct Ineffa hail from all over Teyvat. I mentioned that already. But somehow they work together perfectly. That sounds just like Nodcry, said Aino. Huh. Maybe you were fated to come here all along. Well, that's not how being... I guess being born is technically fate, if you can call it that. Well, I don't think there's much more. Also, I'm noticing that they're not crediting VA in some of these descriptions. There was no credited VA in the teaser either. So it's 1:55. This will be quick. We'll probably only had to spend maybe like 8 to 10 minutes on this.
Already purchased. Milk. Some jam. Reviewing. Outstanding.
Outstanding tasks.
Outstanding tasks.
Whoa!
Ineffa!
She just caught that sign.
2 days sugar intake is...
Just one more. Last one.
Last one.
Last one.
Is it ready?
How long does it take to make all this? I'm loving this art style of the digital. Pixel art looks great. Brigitte is probably my favorite part about Ineffa's kit. They killed all the fish. A lot of wrenches. You're not. I guess everything's a hammer. Adam Savage wrote that book. Every tool's a hammer.
Threat detected. Preparing to engage.
Ineffa's afraid of scorpions. Sorry, Aino's afraid of scorpions? Wait,
Searching
what?
combat data.
Why are you running to Sumeru? Why are you doing nunchucks with fish?
Annihilation mode activated.
Ineffa. Why is she fighting with fish? I guess this is a Hoyo game after all, I guess. She shot it in his mouth. Oh, he shoved it down. Oh, this music. Oh, I'm loving this. It is a little bit odd that she's just randomly in Sumeru for this trailer, though. Why is she fighting the Wayna?
Here, grab this. You gotta take a message to Netland.
Oh, she's
Message
sending him on the
for who?
mission. She's sending her on the
Apparently saw a
mission.
white flying thing. And
This
a
does not end well.
blonde-haired, traveler?
Wow, it ends there. It ends right before the prologue. I'm so glad I'm watching these now. Okay, I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot that I missed there, so let's go back and react through this again. But we're going to take a little bit more of an analytical approach this time. And we're probably going to try to go a little bit frame by frame where we can. So we start off with... What are these boxes that they are carrying? I've never seen boxes like this at Teyvat. They look like they're made out of stone. You got the kids in Nasha Town. I think that's Speranza that they're at right there. The sign just fell. Looks like Speranza. I love this digital readout. Alright. I love the buffering logo that's on her head. That's just very AI coded, I guess, or robot coded. We're seeing all these windows starting to pop up. Got all the... What the hell is this? The glasses and the... I think they're doing the meme. I'm sorry, I'm like in the way. You probably can't see that, but Brigitte's doing the actually meme with the nerd glasses emoji. I love this. I love this little art style that we have here, which is continued over here. I also like that there's like an eye tracker for this weird retina scanner for her heads-up display. I don't know why, but this gives me like Lion King vibes. And yeet Brigitte into the ocean, kill all the fish. Got it. We got to make sure that we keep Ineffa away from Klee. We don't want Klee getting any ideas. All right, we have cooking. We have stacking those boxes from earlier. There's fish. And then she actually vacuums away the screen, which is actually a pretty cool way to transition from one scene to the next. Vacuum, vacuum. All right. Every tool's a hammer. Using a wrench as a hammer. I don't even know what Aino's working on, but that scorpion freaks him out. Which somehow leads into this really random sequence of them, I guess, having a combat simulation in Sumeru. It looks like it's a simulation, and none of this is real. But then we finally get this. We have Ineffa's little title card, Annihilation Mode. There was nothing else in that, was there? For me to see? Just Ineffa. There was nothing else up here. They're really wasting all this negative space here. Like, we don't even get, like, a title. I guess they don't want to spoil it too much, because they do set this to establish before the events of the Nod Cry intro, or I guess the prologue to the Song of the Welkin Moon. But that's just hilarious. She fish cannons that guy in the throat and then shoves this one down this guy's throat. What is with Hoyo and using fish as weapons? I have no clue why they find that so funny. I guess this is representing overclocking. Oh, what is that there? Fighting the Wennet. I wonder if someone has translated this, because I am not going to do that in a video like this. I don't think I could actually beat the Wennet solo with just Ineffa. I feel like maybe I could, but it'll take forever. And also, is that censorship I'm seeing right there? She turned it into goo on the wall. She splattered that little scorpion. And then we end with the start of the Song of the Welkin Moon, which somehow ends terribly because Ineffa ends up having to protect that family on the ship on their trip all the way to Notland. And with that, I feel like we've knocked another one down. We've been streaming for 20 minutes, and we've gotten 2 trailers out of the way. Dear goodness. We're going to be here all night. All right, 2 down. I've already seen this. We don't need to watch that. I've seen the Gamescom trailer. I don't need to watch that, because I watch Gamescom. Version trailer, Luna 1. Nod Cry Ecology teaser. I don't think I remember watching that. Nod Cry Impression trailer. I do remember watching that. So, is it Lauma? So, yeah, it's Lauma, then Flins. Got it. So, character teaser, Lauma. Character teaser, Lauma. Crown of Sacred Silver. September 3rd. Does that mean Flins came out close to my birthday, maybe? Like a phantom, fleeing hope lingers, flickering in forests where moonlight never falls. When will the light come at last, unwavering and true? We wait for her to piece the frigid night swift as an arrow's flight. Are we sure this isn't the Flins trailer? Because that description sounds very Flins-like. And again, no credited VA in this video description, which I always find a little perturbing. You should be crediting all your VAs. Why even have an English channel if you're not going to credit the English VAs that you're having voice these characters in English? All right. Here we go.
Come night or day, may the moon goddess.
Oh, we're starting with a prayer. Lauma is a character I really like. I just didn't pull her because I don't like her kit too much.
On the moon.
She feels very awkward to play.
It's possible. Everyone says there is.
Come night or day.
This is probably going to tie in with her section of the story in Luna 1.
I have been to
That is
many
so
places.
beautiful. It's kind of goddess of flowersy, to be honest.
I have yet to witness a miracle. There are those who have suffered. Those who continue to
Must be the
suffer.
Hyperboreans and the Frost Moon Scions she's talking about now, because they're worshipping a moon that's behind the firmament, but they don't know that.
Come
Okay.
night or day, may the moon goddess keep you.
Kutar!
Grandma, it's dark.
Oh, we know that
Fear
NPC.
not, my child.
I wonder if Villamena's going to be in this trailer.
The moon goddess will keep
Whatever
us
happened to
safe.
Villamena? I hope that Villamena is okay. I really liked her character. Just know, for anybody that's watching these, I probably should have said this at the beginning, but I have fully caught up on the story. So, I do know the full context of all of these trailers. That being said, you shouldn't be watching a reaction video if you don't want spoilers. I'm not a big fan of reactors that actually react to content that they have no intention of, like, participating in. I'm not, like, the biggest fan of that. Alright. This one, I don't think I have a lot of to comment on, because we have not a lot to talk about. This does seem reminiscent of that very first Nodcry preview teaser that we saw, where they showed, I think it was like Ballad of the Moon or whatever, where they showed more or less the full cast. There was a scene with her wading in water, and then she cut her hand and put like a little bit on her forehead. This scene does remind me a little bit of that scene from that other trailer. And I'd mentioned it at the first watch through, but watching everything like flourish as she walks down this path kind of reminds me of the stories of the Goddess of Flowers, who I guess we now know a little bit more about how envoys and angels work. So I guess if her role as like a moon chanter might be like just a step below an envoy. So Lauma is probably pretty powerful, all things considered. Like, if I had to put a hierarchy of power scaling, it would be like the Shades / the Moon Sisters up here, the Moon Envoys, and like the Angels down here, and then we would have like the Moon Chanters for people like Lauma. Which, fun fact, I do think Lauma is stronger than Nefer. I don't know if people care about that power scaling, but that's where I put them. I'm going just off of feats. That being said, Nefer does like take some hits from Rerir. You have to witness a miracle because she can sense the moon beyond the firmament, but she has just no confirmation of that until the events of the story where we tell them. I want to get some look at these background NPCs to see how many I recognize. I recognize these two. We see them throughout the Frost Moon Scions. You can see them walking around all the time. I do not remember their names because I have never talked to them, but I have seen them. This right here is, I think, the weirdest part of Lauma's kit. I'm not a fan of it personally. It's so awkward. And whenever I get a trial Lauma, I accidentally do this in the middle of combat, and it's not very helpful. I think I only ended up recognizing one other NPC in the background. Yeah, like, I recognize this one. That's it. All these others, they don't seem familiar to me at all. Well, this was a really short teaser, so I don't actually have much more to say about it. I think we said all I need to say about it. So, I guess it's time to move on to the next reaction. So, now it's time for the Lauma character trailer. Boo, 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 do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Character trailer, Lauma. I wish it wouldn't automatically play a video as soon as I click on it. If I could make another change to YouTube, that would be it. 9 months ago, September 8th. So this would have been like 5 days after the last trailer, because the last one was on September 3rd. Character trailer, Lauma, compassion and discipline. Those who live in the land where gunpowder and steel are worshipped will probably find it hard to imagine why anyone would fear trees and grass, especially since these are things that a single flint can easily destroy. But when the clamor they bring disrupts the peace of the forest, the beasts will come bearing the answer. Ooh, that is ominous. I love that. Still no credited VA. I actually do not know who voices Lauma. I've never looked it up. She sounds familiar. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a VA I actually know from other material. Well, without further ado, I guess it's time to react to the trailer. This one's 2:41, so this is a little bit of a longer one. This one's almost 3 minutes. This might be really good. Oh, that's right, Lauma could talk to animals. We didn't really see a lot of that in the other teaser. So Lauma being surrounded by a lot more animals than just Reinhorn deer. Oh, is that the badger? Or is that the weasel thief? Oh, it's just a squirrel. Oh, there's the Apparechni. The Apparechni? Whatever, Fatui agents. The Nodcry Fatui agents.
Unwelcome guests. Why do they intrude on these lands?
We actually get a demo of... We get quite a few demos with Lauma, now that I think about it. The first of which I think is just to fight a bunch of Fatui agents that invade the Frostmoon Scions.
Together with the forest, and one with the moonlight.
Oh, was that Villamena? This music's not doing it for me. It's good, but I'm waiting for something really crazy. Ooh, the crows.
It's an ambush. These creatures. We're surrounded.
Oh, she's surrounding them. That's why the description was so funny.
Flames of your own ambition.
I think I need to turn this up. She's talking really quiet.
She'll send you from this place.
Okay, that's a lot better. I can actually hear her now.
Rightful piece of night. By the Frostmoon of old.
By the Frostmoon of old, there's her ult. You know, I don't think I would have ever seen her fight a mech, but this would have been a cool cutscene to have seen at some point in the story. Imagine summoning all the animals to fight. People who own Lauma, mention in the comments, can she actually talk to animals similar to how Nahida could read people's minds in Sumeru? I would love to
Thank
see.
you all. That was very brave.
Is that Reed Miller the 13th?
The moon will remember your courage.
That was a pink badger. Was that Reed Miller the 13th that was in her lap at the end? That'd be really cool if it was. Alright, it's time to go back. So let's start there. Anything at the end? Alright. Let's do some analysis of this trailer. There might actually be some analysis here. So let's first get a good look at this badger. It is a pink badger. This could be Reed Miller the 13th, which is Jahoda's animal companion. Honestly, highlight of the trailer here. Whenever you see a bunch of crows staring you down in the dead of night with glowing eyes, that's nightmare fuel right there is what that is. And the beasts do indeed show up to give the answer to why you should fear the forest. These three guys versus all of these animals. I don't think I could have taken all those animals with the Traveler by themselves. Just being able to talk to animals is such an underrated power. Lauma does not get enough credit for all she has done in the story. She mostly is just there to be like, I'm here to be calm and be a leader and also like kind of sort of be Nefer's girlfriend. It feels like they have a relationship, but I feel like it's not very well explored how they came to know each other in the story, and I would have liked to have seen how their relationship started out, rather than have been told it in like some offhanded sentences. That is probably my biggest criticism about Lauma and Nefer in particular, is the fact that they seem to have this long-standing relationship that we never see how it got to form. And it's like referenced all the time. I do love this POV shot with the squirrel as we switch into the normal camera action before we get into this weird Fatui invasion, which is reminiscent of the Luna 1 Archon quest because of the fact in the Song of the Woken Moon Act 1 more or less the Frost Moon Scions get invaded at one point, and then you get a demo Lauma to fight them off. I think it's like, it took me like 2 minutes to sweep them out. It's like, she's a little bit overpowered. I think whenever they give you a trial unit, if I remember correctly, they give you like a C3 version of the unit whenever they give you a trial unit in the story. And they always pick some random artifact set, I believe. It's like usually like Noblesse or something. Is there... Ooh. These symbols on her ult. That's the triquetra. We have with the 3 moons. This is the symbol of the 3 moons. And they all get sucked away. All right. And then the animals just leave. Also, we see this thing where in the moonlight, her antlers grow larger. That is a reoccurring thing that happens. And there's a few little anecdotes you can unlock where she complains about it because it makes her head heavier. And now that I think about it, I don't know if I actually could put something like antlers on my head because I feel like it would just make my head heavy. This is a bottle of cologne. I can feel the weight. This is like adding 2 pounds to my head, and like I don't like that already. Also, seeing this little, I forget what these are called, the Charge Beast Rhino thingies, is reminding me of Linnea's character story, which we're going to get to react to Linnea's character trailers later, so I'm excited to get to that. Linnea is a character that I actually did want to learn more about because we don't have too many characters that are from the Adventurers Guild. I don't know why we got the camera focused in on that rock landing on that spot. I guess they wanted us to fear for Lauma's safety. Also, I'm just realizing some of these trailers, the little title cards, they're putting them pretty late into the trailer. Ineffa's was pretty late in the trailer as well. And we're not getting a lot of titles here. Like, it just says Lauma. It doesn't say, like, Moonchanter of the Frost Moon Scions, the Agent of Hyperborea, any of that. She has, like, a lot of titles that they could have put there. That's kind of odd that they didn't. And then, as I looked at earlier, I think we end on Reed Miller the 13th. Okay. Well, on that note, I feel like I've said all there is to say about this Lauma trailer. We are now 40 minutes into this live stream, and we've done 4 trailers. Oh, we're going to be here all day. We're going to skip Varka's. I have a separate video just that I recorded my reaction to Varka's trailers, so we don't need to go through that there. Alright, we've done Lauma teaser, we've done Lauma trailer. Now it is time for lots of cutscene animation with Flins. Character teaser, Flins. Here we go. Alright, character teaser, Flins, an ancient coin and a pair of eyes. Now, I've done a few anecdotes from Traveler's Tales with Flins. He collects ancient coins, so I wonder if this is going to be a little side story about, like, his past, and maybe a little bit of an insight into why he likes to collect ancient coins. And look, they credited the VA this time! Ullman, Nick Jimenez, and Flynn's Nick Olson. That's a bunch of Nicks. There's going to be a lot of Nicks in this trailer. I also heard that the Knicks were in the World Series or Super Bowl. I don't know. What is the Knicks a football team or a baseball team? I don't actually know. I don't watch sports. September 23rd. So this is really close to my birthday. For those who don't know, my birthday is September 29th. Crows are drawn to glittering objects in the darkness, and humans are no different. However, crows are motivated by curiosity, while humans are driven by fear. Now, there's a line in the Shadowverse story. If you ever find someone that is attracted to fear, interact with them as little as possible. Trailer reaction time.
It was nearing season's end when I ventured to Nodcry. There was
So this
something
must be
I
Ullman
wanted
talking.
there. Something one of a kind.
Oh, that's one of those treasure coins. You get 3 of those and you get to unlock the
100,000.
treasure.
Huh? 105,000.
110,000.
118,000. Please, sir. I've been searching for this coin for ages, and this is my last night in Nodcry. Could you not just let me have it?
It's his.
Now that's how gentlemen handle business.
Who's this?
I've seen these kinds of arguments end in bloodshed before.
Let me buy you a drink.
Oh? If I
Okay.
may, you seem a little unsettled.
It's this place. Everyone I meet seems poised to outsmart me.
This wine is
Including
poisoned,
you.
isn't it?
Hence why I'm drinking for free.
I suppose. In truth,
Oh, there's the crows.
with the wild hunt and everything else, you never know what could be lurking in the night.
Yeah, maybe a spooky
need
man
an
with a
escort.
flaming torch.
But I'm leaving tonight.
Allow me.
No, I couldn't.
Why not? I know the way.
And in return, you want the coin.
I wonder what significance
That
the
is
coin
yours
is.
to keep. Surely you wouldn't take a ratnik like myself for a common thief.
You're a ratnik. That's great. As he
fight the
escorted
wild
me to
hunt.
the border, asking nothing in return. The sky grew dark, the air cold.
Okay.
A long, deep chill nipping at our heels.
That is the night.
I heard
You are very far north.
man-eating monsters out there, and moonlight that lures people astray.
I haven't heard about Moonlight that does
That
that.
frightens you.
I think something's been following me ever
What do you
since
think
I
is
got the
following
coin.
you?
Perhaps monsters like treasure.
That's a fair point.
It's getting cold.
It's you're far in the
Flame
north.
isn't
Of course
known
it's
for
cold
its
at
warmth.
night.
Is it true there are fire wraiths too?
Fire wraiths.
Hope my hair doesn't get singed.
Well, all the more reason not to linger. Oh, and by the way,
What's happening?
best not to look down.
Shivering away, all I could do was set one foot in front of the other. Until, finally, the caravan was in sight.
Wait, how do you
This
leave
is
Nodcry
far
in a
enough.
caravan? It's an
Thank
island.
you.
It's safe from here. Now go.
It was a farewell and a dismissal all at once.
Do we know
Safe
Ullman?
travels.
He sounds familiar.
As a thick fog rolled in, he disappeared from view. Until, out of nowhere, I saw the glint of eyes,
A lot of
I
people
held
have
its
glowing
gaze.
eyes in Tevat.
but could not tell if it was a human staring back.
Well, that was spooky. Flins is like a fey flame or something, right? I don't remember like specifically what Flins is. And he's also got like a really ridiculously long and hard to remember name. All right, so we're going to
There
go
was
back
something-
through this a little bit by little bit. It is mostly very story driven, so there's not a lot here for me to glean outside of the story of the context of this trailer by itself. But it is worth noting, I have mentioned it already, that Flins is a coin collector, so somebody that would be trying to buy a coin off of Flins is something that I could definitely imagine happening. We also know that he collects bones, and he's got a lot of bones on the walls of wherever it is he's right now. Is this Flins' house? We don't know where Flins lives. We assume that he lives somewhere near the lighthouse, because he's mostly outposted out there all the time. And he is a ratnik, so he's going to spend more time out and about than anything else. In fact, we meet him when he's just staying in a room at the flagship for a few days. I don't know why this guy Ullman is so, like, unwary. Is there, like, a quest with this guy that I'm just not remembering? Because he looks familiar. A whole lot of nothing happens in this trailer, actually, all things considering, because it's just a guy mostly talking out of his own head. But there were a few choice words that did stand out. There's man-eating monsters out there. That frightens you. Something's been following me. Nothing's been following you, apparently, because nothing happened. Monsters like treasure. It's getting cold. Blue flame is not known for its warmth. Fire wraiths. What is a fire wraith? Is that actually an enemy type in the game? Or is that like or is that just what the wild hunt are called? I don't actually remember the specific enemy names for the two wild hunt enemies that you run into all the time. There's just the big guy with the fire head and the little guy with the fire head. Unless, like, Flins is a fire wraith, because I know that he is technically the flame in the lantern. Because he is like a blue flame. Wonder why this guy is effectively risking his life so much for that one coin. And it's just, hey, this guy that I got the coin from is really, really creepy. And that is basically the premise of this trailer. He's recounting the story of his encounter with Flins, which, all things considered, so little happened in this trailer that if this was my first interaction with Flins, I would just say, hey, he's just a nice guy that gave me a coin at a pretty good price. And then it would probably fade from my memory because little else happened. Well, I think we've spent enough time on this trailer. I think it's time to go back and watch Flins' actual character trailer now. Oh, actually, before we even get to Flins' trailer, we actually get, chronologically, Aino's trailer. Huh. I'm surprised this isn't before Lauma's trailer. Alrighty. Character trailer, Aino. Bing Bang Boom Super Inventor. That's a fun title. And no credited VA again. September 26th, we're getting really close to my birthday. Aino's workshop is always in a mess, and it's a wonder how she manages to find the parts she needs. Yeah, you should see. I wonder when are we going to get to see the inside of Shalonen's house? Because Shalonen's house is actually supposedly so bad that avalanches occur just from opening the front door. But perhaps this is Aino's style. No matter where they come from, it's a good invention as long as they work together smoothly. Bing Bang Super Inventor. We're going to see some wacky creation in here, aren't we?
Number 2 screws. Where the heck did I put my number 2 screws?
Number 2 screws. There's a bunch of side quests and like collectibles you can find that are actually like from Kake bolts. You get a bunch of them, you can actually get some like minor cosmetics for Ineffa, Aino, and I think it's just Ineffa and Aino. Where is this?
Why isn't it working? Cheater!
Is this all in her imagination?
Upgrade complete. Aino operational stability increase.
Okay.
Is this what robots feel like when they get an upgrade?
What is it with them not putting any of the titles in these trailers? What Claymore is that? I don't recognize it. Kerplunk. I love Aino's animations. I wish Knuckle Duckle, or not Duckle Duckle. I wish that her little her ult was better.
Myself to a tasty snack.
She's our first Hydro Claymore character, and I kind of wish there was more to say about her. This was only a 1.5-minute trailer. Well, I guess she is a 4-star. Okay, so this is Aino's workshop. We see those big wrenches that were handed to her by Ineffa in Ineffa's trailer. We have this weird dream sequence of them trying to find, what was it, type 2 screws? Size 2 screws? Oh, is that, and actually she's riding on like the little horse toy that's over by the flagship that I believe is also in Varka's trailer. This little animation here is also a little bit reminiscent of Aino on the character select screen. Her character select animation is her literally hanging in and like falling into place. Very similar to how she's flying in right here. We have her sprint animation. We have all of the little robot cube guys. I forget what they're called. But fun enough that apparently she could theoretically destroy all of Notcry with just these things alone. And I kind of wish that these guys were incorporated into her kit somehow. Because I kind of love these guys. They're adorable, and I love doing treasure hunting in Notcry and finding all of the little guys. Moose Knuckle, I think, is the name of her little tail attack. This is a really cool screen here. But again, it's really pretty to look at, but it's really weird that for some reason Notcry characters trailer. We've seen 3 trailers so far, and they didn't really put titles here. Did Flins even have one? Oh, we haven't watched Flins yet because we're watching this one. We've only watched 3, but yeah, Ineffa, Lauma, and now Aino. They don't have titles in their thing. Ah, the imaginary world is what's her drawings. So I guess this is what her blueprints look like. Upgrade complete. Time for a tasty snack. I'm honestly surprised that Ineffa wasn't in this trailer. Maybe this trailer takes place before we get back with Ineffa. I'm gonna go with that. Well, That was a short trailer. It's a 4-star. I feel like I gave enough commentary on it. Let's move on. The last trailer we have for Luna 1. We're almost an hour into this stream, and we have not even gotten into Luna 2 yet. Alright, Flins! Oh wow, there's going to be action right from the get-go in this one. Alright, character trailer. Flins, Nocturne Sentinel. No credited VA. At least he was credited in his teaser. A flame in the graveyard brings no warmth. If anything, it only deepens the chill. One may tremble when celebrating their narrow escape. Not that there's any need to go hunting for the source of this fortune. Well, that sounds very epitaphy. Or eulogy-like. So this is probably going to be a grim trailer, and we're probably going to see people die. Oh, is this the battle that took place on the Lighthouse Island? Interesting. There's the lighthouse.
Over here!
Come on, faster! We're close. Hurry.
The souls that wander these frozen wilds.
Oh, are
shall
these
at
all
last
souls
be
of the
set
dead, then?
free by the light of the blue flame.
Why is he blowing up these
You
Ratniki?
court death. To ashes and dust.
What is going on here? Oh, that is so cool. Oh. Okay. It's all 2D animated. That's pretty cool. I'm loving all this fire animation.
Those warriors called me here for a singular purpose. To eradicate the wild hunt.
Okay. So why were you blowing up soldiers as well with your attacks? Well, they're all going to turn into Wild Hunt now.
You linger in vain.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh. Oh, that painting looks amazing. I wish that was in game. Flins. Oh, Jahoda.
I thought I made it out! Come on, faster! Too close. I almost fell. Did somebody help me?
Oh, that's so cool. Alright, so I'm not going to have a lot to say about this trailer because of how much it was just like fancy animation. But we start out with this combat sequence and it's like fully animated all the way through up until like the very, very end where we cut into like 3D in-game pre-rendered cutscene type territory. Well, I guess we start like that here, actually. We're transitioning through multiple art styles throughout this. So we see Ratniki here. So this seems to be adapting part of his backstory, which is he was basically summoned here for some reason. I remember correctly. I did that story mission so long ago. Long story short, they were cornered by the Wild Hunt here, and they eventually summoned Flins in order to basically wipe them out. I think they all died, basically. I don't know if there were any survivors. I don't remember. I'm going to assume there were none. What's even weirder, though, is I wonder why we get this cut to the present here. I wonder if this real painting actually exists in lore. If so, how nobody has connected who Flins is to this, then I have no way to understand that. But we see this beautiful animated sequence with all the 2D animation with flames. He's fighting the Wild Hunt. He's also blowing away the Ratniki as well, but you could argue that they're corrupted by the Abyss and they're turning into Wild Hunt as well, so I guess everybody just needs to be burned to ash. I wasn't really expecting Jahoda to show up at the end of this trailer, though, but I'm actually looking forward to looking at Yahoda's trailer in a bit. I believe she's coming up soon. She's probably one of my favorite characters in the entirety of the Nodcry updates. And it's really funny that she kind of sounds almost nothing like she does in the Ballad of the Welkin Moon trailer. She's kind of come to terms with the role. And Flins speeds ahead of her in order to stop her from running off the cliff face. I kind of wish Jahoda and Flins interacted more in the story now after seeing this interaction in the trailer. Okay, let's move to the next one. So after Flins, we have... Do I want to watch the character anecdotes? They are really short. Was there an anecdote for Lauma? There was not. They don't all have character anecdotes, so I might as well, I guess. So yeah, let's check out this character anecdote. Gem Scam. Nefer, the boss of the Curatorium of Secrets and renowned information broker, will sometimes personally attend the cases that pique her interest. Most of the time, though, she has all the advantage in these one-sided hunts. So what will the prey... What? So what prey will tonight bring? Okay. Heat. Ashru. Oh, so it's all 2D animation. This is called the Gem Scam, right? Oh, she kind of turns into a cat in some of those animations. Interesting. Oh, there was no voice acting in that. So she gave him a fake gem so that they would go straight chase after him. That's kind of clever. So yeah, this does not have a lot for me to actually react to or do some deep analysis of. We get to see a little bit of her character kit being referenced as she does a lot of moving around and doing that weird digital scape and whatnot. We learned in an event that her powers come from Thoth. And I guess that also gets brought up again later on in, what was it, Act 9 of the Song of the Welkin Moon? But they come from a chessboard from Thoth. But she has these really close. I really love this shot right here, where she becomes very cat-like, because she's a very cat-coded character. And this gem scam is very weird. But I think it's really clever that she gets the upper hand here by basically giving this guy the gem so that he has to deal with the pursuers, when in reality what he has is probably a fake, as what she has is the real one right here, in what I assume. So that was a short 50-second little animated anecdote. I wonder if this gets referenced in-game in like one of her character stories. I don't have Nefer, so I don't know. The video's so short it doesn't even say I watched it. Alright, character teaser. Character teaser, Nefer, an inevitable inconsistency. Still no credited VA. October 16th. The owner of the Curatorium of Secrets is not only a skilled storyteller, but a very keen listener. After all, the more stories you hear, the easier it is to spot the inconsistencies. Interesting. So I wonder what the plot of this trailer is going to be. Well, let's get into it. More cats.
The pay's a bit low, but if we leave them to it, the guild will be in trouble.
She's working with the Voynich Guild.
Leave it with me. I'll take it. The world is a giant web.
Oh, she must be using Thoth's chessboard here.
That connect it together. And so,
oh, that's really cool. I love the threads drawing people.
Has the entire world in their pocket.
You! Stop right there!
Jahoda! Wow, she almost got shot. How valuable are those gems? Because I just use them to create like weapon experience.
And the right planning. Plus little force when necessary.
That is a devious smile.
The prey waltzes right into the trap.
Were there red pieces on that chessboard before?
The fun part's over. That's checkmate.
It is a chess set. Man, this cat is super heavily featured. This cat's in the trailer more than Nefer is.
Doing dangerous business right under someone else's nose. Bad decision.
Spare us! Have mercy!
Good evening. The Curatorium of Secrets sends its regards.
How? You know what? We know that Nefer's killed a lot of people, but we've never actually seen her fight anyone directly outside of like the Archon quest where we fight Revere. She mostly pins people against each other, which we even saw in that little short anecdote where she gets all of her pursuers to just chase some random other guy who I guess was another gem guy. So let's thumb through this again. So I feel like the most important thing in this one to look at is the dialogue. The guild will be in trouble. It's why she takes this quest. The world is a giant web. She is an information broker, and people are the threads that connect it together. Yes, that is how a network works. One of the things that I had to learn in college was how to network. So you basically create a network of people you know, and that is how information can get around, and that's how you can get people to know about you and you to know about them. And then you can start exchanging information like job opportunities, etc., etc. You get the point. I do love this really interesting art style of the threads drawing people as it goes along. I don't think it's anyone recognizable, so these might just be generic people. The person who knows the pattern has the entire world in their pocket. Yes, if you could determine that. That's kind of how, but I guess, I kind of want to see if Nefer ever gets to interact with, like, Barbaloth then, or, like, Mona. Because that's kind of what the whole deal of, like, the Scryglass is like, you're basically discerning the patterns of fate in the world itself. After this scene, we cut to a fire, I guess, right there, and Jahoda gets caught doing something, and gets shot at not once, but twice, only barely dodging via a handstand. Meanwhile, Ashru's still doing stuff. So I didn't realize that these were gems or that these were super valuable in Nodcry for whatever reason. Because we just kind of farm them. They're just generic ore. I have like hundreds of them. How big is the Traveler's inventory? With the right intel and the right planning, plus a little force where necessary. Love this. This image is great. If I did these as individual videos, if I still did reactions to teasers on their own, rather than batch recording them like this, that probably would have been a thumbnail, and you would have gotten me doing a woe jacket looking at it. Oh! The prey waltzes right into the trap, as is referenced in the description. Who goes there? This is funny. Just breaking glass. See what's happening. It's a cat licking itself. I wonder how many people Nefer has killed for her to have this scary of a reputation amongst random thugs. She scraps. But we've, everybody that we've seen her kill, per se, she's done by basically indirect means. Indirect in such a way where it probably couldn't even be traced back to her. And if no killings and whatnot can ever be traced back to you, how does anyone know what you've done? This is just a little bit of a hole in the writing, in my opinion. Nefer is an interesting character, but I feel like she was not executed as well as she could be. I brought this up a little bit when we were reacting to the Lauma trailer earlier, but I feel like there's a lot of holes in Nefer and Lauma's stories that we just haven't got filled in yet. And I feel like if we ever get like a character story in the future for them, I feel like that's where they're saving it for. But for right now, we don't have character stories for them. All we know about them is what's covered in their in-game voice lines, their in-game level up character stories, as well as the Song of the Welcome Moon Archon quests. On that note, I feel like that's enough for me to say I've covered enough of what's going on in this little 2-minute teaser, so I guess it's time to go and watch her trailer proper, which I'm actually just going to click here because I can see it there. Alrighty. Character trailer. Nefer, Shadow-Bearing Serpent. So she does have a serpent title. And no credited VA again. I actually don't know who voices Nefer. October 20th. Once a serpent sinks its fangs into its prey, it never lets go. Or perhaps it lets them believe there is still a chance to fight back, only to pull the coils in even closer. Interesting. Very interesting.
You're not here on business?
We've gotten so much 2D animation that I'm kind of... I got surprised by 3D animation for once.
That'll cost a story of your
Whoa, whoa! Why are you crawling towards the camera? Wait. Why are we seeing these scenes again?
Next.
Ooh, that was a fun one.
Too obvious.
Too obvious?
Next.
That was not obvious.
Fraudsters, scammers, liars, same old tricks. Now,
Man,
you
now
get a story
I'm
in
remembering
return.
that stupid Core Lapis quest in the main Archon quest. No title again, just Nefer. Is he tied to this couch? Wait, where did that door come from? Oh, there's lyrics to this song.
Too slow.
This is giving me very Yalan vibes. I love me some doors. One of my favorite characters has the power of doors in the Toho universe. Okino Matara. From the land of backdoor.
This
Whoa!
is your punishment.
There's the chess motifs we were missing. MC Escher called. He's trapped in the Temple of Space. Don't worry, he'll get out later.
Are you okay? Did you hurt yourself? What should we do?
How many clones can she make with her ability? Ah, so they're the chess pieces. Assuming it's a standard chessboard, then I'm assuming she can make like 16 or 32 of them then?
That's what you get.
Because there's like 32 pieces
for
on a chessboard.
lying to me. Go ahead. Cry. Make me believe it.
Nefer, you're huge. Well, that was a music
Come
video and a
again
half.
sometime. I'll tell you another.
Enticing offer. Right, guys?
That was fun. I like that we got to see some more Jahoda in this trailer, and we actually get to see Jahoda with her signature funny eyes, even if it was only for like 2 frames. So who was this person that was trying to trade stories with Nefer here? Was it supposed to be us? They're familiar with Jahoda, whoever they are, so maybe it's like some random treasure hunter. I don't know a lot about Jahoda's past, to be honest. I assume that they're affiliated with the treasure hunters because the game has been out, or she's been out for almost a year at this point, so a lot of her past has been spoiled to me, I guess you could say. But hey, we're probably getting to her trailer pretty soon. This is really creepy, as she's climbing across the table towards whoever she's talking to at the start of this trailer. And one of the stories that's being traded with her is the story of Dvalin. By the way, where are we? Paimon's here, but we're not here. Where's Venti? Wasn't Venti also here? I love that they decided to have this random, I forget what the name of this event was, where Paimon and Ito end up doing a singing duet, which was kind of a variation of Dame Dame, or Baka Mitai, or whatever it was called. Also, Paimon is now holding Ashru instead of a microphone. I just noticed that. That's kind of funny. Nefer says that this is too obvious, and then it actually focuses on the mask, who is actually what the real culprit was. The person that was actually killed in this accident was the culprit the whole time. Spoilers for Act 1 of Fontaine. Oh, I've actually done this side quest. Fraudster. Yeah, he's just this guy that's trying to get you to... He's holding this Saurian's child hostage and getting them to change the colors of the rocks so that you can't actually match them to the correct colors. But then you can free the Saurian, and then the Saurian baby, and then the parent will actually help you cheat the fraudster. Scammers. I don't remember this guy. There's probably a side quest involving him. This looks like the fish market at Liyue. And this guy, who suckers us into paying way too much for Core Lapis in the Liyue Archon quest. So this is who they were talking to across from them the bench the whole time. You get a story in return. And then we get this really elaborate sequence. Title card, chess piece, everyone disappears, and then we get this really wacky sequence with the doors. I guess he's supposedly asleep right now, and Nefer's probably delving into his dreams through the chessboard, is what I assume is actually happening during this scene. And I guess I'll go into more detail. For those who don't know, I'm actually a big fan of Toho. I'm a little bit behind on what's most really been going on in the recent games. I haven't played the 2 most recent Toho games, or even followed the story of them. But one of my personal favorites, Hidden Star in 4 Seasons, Oginamatara is like the big antagonist, or I guess the final little arc boss, I guess, in that storyline. And she has this really interesting power where she has doors. And I find that very fascinating and very fun. This image here is pretty crazy. The colors get a little tie-dye. I love a good infinite door. We have like this endless space and mathematic type painting design that's really common of MC Escher, who, fun fact, is a character in Genshin, and you will meet him in the Temple of Space questline if you haven't done that yet. Go visit Dorman Port. And then apparently it's revealed that each one of these chess pieces is a clone that she can use. Man, would she be a lot more broken in combat if she could have like 36 of those clones running around kicking people. Or maybe it's like just limited to pawns. How many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 and 4. Maybe 8 is the cap. You get what you get for lying to me. And then we see her ult animation. Don't put me in a box. Don't put me in a box. Getting flashbacks to the Shadowverse story. Not nightmares. Well, anyway, that's going to be enough for this trailer. Time to go look into the next one. What other characters came out in Luna 2? Was it Jahoda? So we have Nefer teaser, character trailer, cutscene animation, Millie Astro Wonderland, story teaser, cutscene animation. Oh, well that's it for Luna 2? Was it just Nefer in Luna 2? Huh. I could have sworn someone else came out there. Guess it was just Nefer. Alright. This is going to move a little bit faster now. So we're going to go into Luna 3, which we have character teaser Durin. Right! Jahoda came out in Luna 3 with Durin. Why Durin? I feel like Jahoda should have came out earlier. Alrighty, character teaser. Durin, a family letter. I saw Clea in the little autoplay, so there's probably going to be Clea in here. No credited VA again. November 26th, 2025. We're almost in 2026. If someone were to write a Mondstadt Living Guide, Durin's version would probably be very different from the others. But that doesn't matter. Even if the world looks different in his eyes than in ours, it is still a wonderful place. I really don't know what to expect in this one.
Mom, this is
Oh
my
no, he's writing
first
to his
letter
mom.
you since I started learning how to write. There's so much I want to tell you. Ever since I got here,
Is that a Jumpty Dumpty?
I've been doing my best to
Or
learn
like a
how
Mora
to
pouch?
live like a human. Thanks to a certain cavalry captain, I met a little red knight who's been teaching me how humans hunt.
Oh god, he's learning from Klee. And he got put in solitary.
After using her technique, you have to do at least one day of self-reflection.
Oh
to be
god.
even more prepared for next time.
I should pull for Klee at some point. Klee is a great
Here,
character.
Even just finding a spot to take a nap can be quite a challenge. That black cat wasn't happy I trespassed on his territory. And his
What black
minions
cat?
let me know it.
Oh, I guess they're
Being
just...
human
Oh, the
comes
black
with another
cat. That's
challenge.
the one at the cat's
Something
tail
called
that we play cards with.
socializing. Drinking seems to be an indispensable part of it.
Dahlia and Kaya and
One more round.
the tone-deaf bard.
Alcohol is even more dangerous than the potions in your stories. Oh, that's one challenge I'm not
I wonder if
ready to
alcohol
face
is
yet.
one of the potions in your mother's stories.
All in all,
Ooh, is that
though,
lemonade?
I feel so lucky to be here.
Arnold Palmer alert!
I've made tons of new friends, and there are so
Who gets
many
that
places
reference?
left to explore.
I'm old.
I'll have even more to write about. If only,
She's not alive anymore.
if only this letter could truly reach you.
Who says it can't?
All done with your homework? A letter to your mom, huh?
Does
How
Lisa know?
thoughtful. Ready to send it out?
But my mom is...
Remember when people said
In
Lisa was gonna
Mondstadt,
die?
We believe our loved ones are
All
never
those early
lost to
theories
us.
from
They're still
Mondstadt?
out there, just beyond the stars.
You know,
All
in
you have
Hawkeye
to
Star
do
Rail,
is
there
make
is
a
an
heartfelt
afterlife.
Wish, and your letter
I
can
wonder
make
where
it.
dead people in Genshin go,
But
besides
It
back into
only
the ley
works
lines.
if you believe.
maybe a wish is its own kind of magic.
So if they die and don't go into the ley lines, what happens to people? I assume they just convert into energy in the imaginary tree or something. I was gonna say, are they gonna show it? I think the letter's gonna reach her. Hexen Circle. Now, did the Hexen Circle do that, or did Lisa do that? That's the real question. I want to go back and look at these Klee animations real quick. Oops. Did not mean to pull that. That is a Subutai Hoyofair entry that we clicked there for a second. Alright, let's get a closer look at this real quick. Oh, actually, if you go frame by frame, you can actually see as it flips in. You can actually see the later pages in the story as it comes through. That's actually kind of cool. That's actually really cool. We start with Albedo, cavalry captain. He's learning about fish blasting. And a day of self-reflection in solitary. Scary Jean. This is so adorable. I love the spinning arm. Big thumbs up. That probably would have been the thumbnail if I had reacted to this when it came out. I don't know if I would have left Durin in or not. I'm a big fan of Klee. Klee's great. I think Klee is probably one of the first trailers I actually remember seeing for Genshin Impact. I want to say the first trailer that I ever saw for Genshin Impact was probably either Hu Tao's or Klee's. And then, like, the other ones that I actually remember seeing, I think were, like, the 2.6 version trailer. I think those were trailers that actually showed up in my feed at one point. Because I didn't start playing Genshin until 3.1. Oh God, what did you send me? All right, let's see. 7. Roku D. Will it actually play? Is the real question. Nope. Windows Defender says nope.
$7,000 fucking pigeons. Eat this man.
Links unbound. Silence your sound.
Oh God.
Better to blaze.
That is a lot of pigeons. Don't show Timmy.
Put the rank war. Purge the dissonance.
7,000 ducking pigeons. That is a lot of pigeons. I have to admit, that is a lot of pigeons. Oh my God. A buddy of mine just sent me as well. Apparently, Honkai Star Rail just put out some new stuff as well. Wow. I think I've talked about the most interesting parts of this trailer already. To me, big Lisa fan. I have a mostly built Lisa. I've actually debated pulling on Yai Miko's weapon for her at some point. Get some sleep, Matt. Alright. But I think the most important thing about this trailer is the fact that this letter does seem to actually make it to Durin's mom. And that's probably the most interesting thing about it. But the real question is, did Lisa do this? That's what I want to know. Did Lisa do this? Could also be gold. Because there's like a golden effect on the letter. Alright. There's Durin. That was Durin's teaser. What's next? Is it Durin's trailer? No. It's Jahoda! Alrighty. Jahoda. No hunt in vain. Still no credited voice actors. November 29th, we are still in 2025. To outsiders, Jahoda is the confidant... to outsiders, Jahoda is the confident and reliable one and the official employee of the Curatorium of Secrets. As for those occasional moments of self-doubt, they must have been swallowed whole like a krumkake, hidden in thoughts inscrutable to others. She do that at several points in the story, and that's what probably made her very beloved by the community. She's one of the most expressive characters we've ever gotten in the game, and the fact that she has this internal monologue that we have to sit through for like 5 minutes whenever she's like on screen, and it's really great. I'm hoping this trailer is very, very fun.
At the Curatorium, Neff handles the big stuff. I take the small stuff, and Ashrew's on door duty. You ever run into anyone calling themselves a treasure hunter?
Several times.
Don't let the fancy title fool you.
Wait, treasure hunter or treasure hoarder?
I'll do pretty much anything for you. As long as the pay's right, I can help you.
I love her idle animation.
Most things. I can help you with most things.
This is a lot of effort for a 4-star trailer.
Got work for me.
That being said, one of my favorite 4-star trailers is still, whoa! That drop! I was gonna say Farazan.
Eat well. That's my motto these days.
All the customers coming to the Curatorium of Secrets.
Smash and grab.
Showing off all the different elemental variations of her skill. I think it's funny that she's supposed to be cat-coded, similar to Nefer, but her hat almost looks more bat-like than cat-like. The Curatorium of Secrets is the Curatorium of Cats. Alrighty, let's go back through that a little bit. So these must be the treasure hunters of Nodcry, each one of these NPCs that they show here in this opening sequence. We see Ashru on door duty. So there's NPC number 1, NPC number 2, NPC number 3, and NPC number 4. So these must be the treasure hunters, whoever they are. Not to be confused with the treasure hoarders, unless this is like a faction of the treasure hoarders, because we learned that they have lots of different groups, like the Fruity Order gets brought up a few times, with like the Intrepid Valberry and whatnot, who actually got kicked out of the Fruity Order, which I completely forgot about that because Fontaine was a really long time ago. It's raining money here. I wonder how Jahoda ended up losing her arm. It's probably in her character stories that I haven't read yet. She's also, I think, probably the first character that's playable with an artificial limb that I can think of off the top of my head. There might be another one that I'm not forgetting, unless you want to count, I guess, Ineffa, because she's a robot. All of her limbs are artificial. So we have this person meeting with Jahoda. She's definitely on some side quest to get this treasure chest from these 4 people. Jahoda! There's her splash art. No title given. Again, they don't really seem to be given titles to a lot of these Nodcry characters. I love this little sequence of her manning the counter at the Curatorium of Secrets. Apparently there's a side quest you can do where you can man the counter. So, first there's nobody, then there's Ineffa. Ineffa and Jahoda have a surprising amount of interactions, and unfortunately, sadly, I have to apologize on behalf of Jahoda because she did refer to Ineffa as a clanker with the hard R. Oh, that's another one of the robots. Eating Esperanza. Also possibly meeting with a client there. This is the guy that we saw earlier. This is one of those treasure hunter guys. This is the elemental skill of Jahoda. She runs and soaks up elemental things with that little baggie. And then she'll dish them out with her, I believe, with her ult. She has probably some of my favorite attack animations, actually. She's very fun and very expressive. They love them cats at the Curatorium of Secrets. There's a big cat tree in there. Which reminds me, I need to finish doing that cat cake event thingy in Honkai Star Rail. Man, I'm so far behind. Alright, now that we're done with that real quick, I'm just going to check something. No, they didn't upload this. So what's this thing that I've been sent? Oh, I was sent to a Twitter link. That's what I was sent. Variations on Cosmic... Oh, it's the drip feed. So Robin's drip feed is out. So Robin, we have Wind Remembrance? Robin Samaretto. Oh, Samaretto. She's in a swimsuit. Which I want to judge, but at the same time, I'm playing Shadowverse, and they just did add 2 leaders with swimsuit skins as the new leaders in Shadowverse for the new update. One of which I probably will pull for. But, Robin with a summer skin, and she's a Remembrance character now? That is the Remembrance. Yeah, that's the candle at the moon. That's the Remembrance. Huh. Well, I mean, I'm right here. I might as well read this. Although if it's on Twitter, it's probably here in posts. Yep, here we go. Aventurine Wave Flare? What is this? Is that Quantum Elation? Alright. Let's just read through these drip feeds real quick. Variations on Cosmic Tour, Robin Samaretto. It's nice to see you again. The weather in Astropolis is wonderful. and the moist breeze is filled with the scent of sunshine. I'm hoping to gather inspiration for a new song. Would you like to take a stroll together on the beach and listen to the sounds of sea conches? Soaring clearest skies and bluest oceans, wings sweep up the sea, spray transforming into a new melody. Following the lingering echoes of memory, she embraces the unexpected along the way, seeking inspiration in a melodic variation. Beyond the melody, how else can the harmony sing? Interesting. And then we have Aventurine Wave Flare. Ferendas. We meet again. I just wrapped up a sponsored shoot, and wowee. Keeping a smile plastered to my face for the camera is no easy feat. But now that I've been promoted to P46, right, that was going to be the reward for the whole Penacony thing, I can finally go on vacation. Want to relax and enjoy your time with me? I guarantee you'll have an unforgettable getaway. The grand festival illuminates the coast, while a storm brews amidst euphoria. Secret orders in hand, he steps back into the eye of the storm to shake up his long holiday. When treacherous waves subsume his figure, how will he emerge as a game changer? Oh no, he's a quantum. Archer isn't alone anymore. Oh wait, yeah, we have another male quantum. What the hell? Alrighty. Well, now I have distracted long enough. Let's get back to our Genshin stream. So we just finished Jahoda's, right? Yes. Which means it's time for character trailer Durin. Oh, look, the Duolingo collab is right next to that. Oh, this one's in 1440p. This must be crazy if they put it in 1440p. December 1st, 2025. We're almost in 2026. Character trailer Durin, a story born for this. The author of the fairy tale pours their imagination into writing its beginning, middle, and end. Now it's up to the story's protagonist to bring about the long-awaited ending. No credited VAs again.
It's hard not to envy the characters in a fairy tale. Always turning fate.
I would love to be a fictional character too.
Happily ever after.
I don't know, a lot of the stories I read don't have happily ever afters.
Can find their way back to the light, where pain and misfortune can be cured with a simple wish.
That's why I love fiction so much.
And all the twists and turns become nothing more.
That pin is going crazy.
In an otherwise perfect ending.
Ooh, this music goes hard. Oh, Durin's fighting himself, is he? Oh, this music. This is probably my favorite music so far. You know, I have this in 1440p, but it does not look like it's rendering very fast. I don't know if the refresh rate is fast enough. Ooh, the shadows.
But you, my child, born under a pen, why should your fate not transcend these pages?
Because he's in the pages?
So, you seek to offer him a different outcome? As long
Barbeloff
as
mentioned.
I still have enough time. Don't worry.
Alice!
Daring indeed. But then again, the most worthwhile.
Ooh, Rhine-Daughter too.
Always are.
We're getting some homages to paralogism here. Oh, there was text there at the bottom of the screen right behind where I am. I couldn't read it because it is not in a language I understand.
Witness my great undertaking.
And thus Durin was born. Again. Annie grilled fish.
Done.
We just gotta finish it before Master Jean sees.
5-star Durin. That was cool. I love the ending. More Klee. Show more Klee. Put more Klee in trailers. Klee is fun. Klee is whimsy. The game needs more whimsy and less depression. I actually really enjoyed the little Hexen Circle event. It was nice to actually have some more whimsy again. Alright, I guess we're going to have to go back through this and see if there's anything that I may have missed. There are tales of even lost souls, which kind of ties into one of the recent events in the Homecoming event, where it was hinted at that possibly the Abyss is the representation of Fates Not Chosen, which is kind of interesting, because that also might have played into the Paralogism questline, which is way earlier than any of the stuff that's going on here. Honestly, I feel like the Paralogism quest, they should have just put Durin in Natlan. It kind of feels like... I think it would have probably been better to have Durin instead of Skirk, personally. Because I feel like Skirk... I like Skirk. They're interesting. But wouldn't it have been better to, like, expand on Skirk's story, like, when we're about to go to Snezhnaya, where Child's going to be? It kind of feels really weird, like Skirk was just thrown into Natlan. It was that cycle of patches, and it felt a little out of place, where Durin probably would have made more sense in the Land of Dragons. But because he wasn't there, he gets to show up in Nodcry. Granted, he was very important and a big player in Nodcry, and we actually got to see him kind of manipulate and alter fate somewhat when we were looking at the images of the Hyperboreans. This is going to be a weird video for people that watch this that think that I haven't played through the story yet. But this pen is really going at it. And by the end of Durin's character stories, which is a little bit weird that they time-locked that to playing like 5 or 6 days in a row. But Durin is the author of their own story now, and that is very similar to, I guess, the magic ink that Alice actually gives us for that story quest as well. It's the same purplish color, so I'm assuming it's the same type of magic ink. Also, I assume that's also the same, if it wasn't confirmed. I want to say it was, but I can't remember. But I believe it's the same type of ink that was used to create Similanka, which requires use of the second strongest spell in all of existence, Do Not Tell Klee. Yes, that is the full name of the spell. It's not like a Future Gadget Laboratory Gadget number 5 or whatever. We hear Barbeloth, we hear Alice and see Dodoko Alice, then we hear, during these lines right here, this is Rhine speaking, which we covered about. We can see the Heart of Durin, which I believe is supposed to be on Dragonspine. And this is basically enacting, I guess, the events of the Paralogism quest, but from Durin's point of view. In fact, this entire trailer as a whole, I guess you could say, is effectively the events of the Paralogism quest, but from Durin's point of view. All the more reason why I feel like it would have been much better if, like, in version 5.8, we got Durin. Because that would have been the summer event, I guess, because Paralogism, I believe, was 5.7? No, Paralogism was 5.6, and then 5.7 was the Dane quest. Maybe we could have gotten Durin and the Dane quest in Natlan. Or just, like, a follow-up to Paralogism. Long story short, I feel like Durin deserved better. What we got was good, but I feel they deserve better. Alrighty. And with that, we have now finished another version update. We're now done with the version 3 trailers. Sorry, Luna 4 trailer. The Luna 3 trailers are done. Which means it's time for Luna 4, which is Columbina stuff, right? Right? Oh, and Zibai. I kind of forgot about Zibai. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about Zibai. Lantern Rite escapes me. I try to forget that Lantern Rite exists because it is an eternal reminder that, like, 5 years have passed in game time and no one has gotten older. Alrighty. Story teaser, cutscene animation, version trailer. This is the song, Millie Astra, outfit teaser. I actually did do Nuvalet's outfit quest. I didn't do Yolan's, but I did do Nuvalet's. Alright, character teaser, Columbina, Where She Dwells. So get ready for more spoilers for the events of probably Luna 4, since we already know how that storyline plays out, and I'm still annoyed that it forcibly delayed me from finishing the the Selenic Chronicles by basically 6 weeks. So I had to do... basically, it took over 24 weeks in order for me to do all of the Selenic Chronicles. I have spread across like 4 or 5 videos all of my Selenic Chronicles. So you can watch them, but I'm going to be too lazy, and Editor Me is going to have so much to do that he's probably not even going to link them at this point. Alrighty. So, did I set this to the right quality? I did not. So we have character teaser, Columbina, where she dwells. January 7th, we made it! We're in 2026 now! We're 6 months in the past, but we are almost there. We've been going for 2 hours. Alright. Night frost clings to her wings, rousing her from a sweet dream. Fate, like a silken web, lies curled within a cage forgotten by time. This is going to spoil the events of the story, huh, isn't it? Also, no credited voice actors. Emmy Lowe deserves better. By the way, Emmy Lowe seems to be getting typecast a lot as characters that I either really love or really hate, and nothing in between. Faye Mata is in a very similar boat like that. I'll let y'all decide which characters Emmy Lowe and Faye Mata voice that I love and or hate. 3 minutes, 11 seconds. This is going to be a long one.
Exactly how I imagined. This feels just like where I was born. I've always known.
Where are you right now?
That this was my true.
Oh, she's dreaming that she's on the moon. Luonatar.
Everything is so bright here.
Another
on the frost
Kuenki.
moon. I don't need to hide anymore.
So much feet in this trailer. You know I would have put feet in the thumbnail.
All the time I need to think.
For those who wonder why I put feet in a lot of the reaction thumbnails, I actually don't intentionally do that out of my own preferences. I usually make 3 thumbnails on the tester, and y'all pick the feet one, which is why it ends up becoming the thumbnail.
But sometimes I miss you all.
Columbina. Moon Prayer Night, I'm assuming. Oh, this is still a dream, right? Right, this is a dream.
It's a shame I can't be there. But I'll send my best wishes with a ray of moonlight.
So this is a dream of her on the moon.
Time has flown by. So many.
Luna 4 was such a great patch. It was a little bit on the long side, but it was a great patch.
The night when I came to.
Uh-oh. Who snapped? Whose fingers was that? I'm gonna have to go back and look at that in the analysis.
It didn't work. Even true moonlight cannot pierce the false sky.
Oh, those are the candies. Those are the candies she gives everyone on Moon Prayer Night.
This is not the moon.
Maybe this isn't a dream. Well, this really is spoiling the Luna 4 story. Dottore! Well, I'm glad I didn't watch this before playing the story. Everyone frozen.
I still exist.
Rear. Yeah, this would have probably spoiled the ending to Luna 4 if I had watched this first. Or it would have definitely given me the feeling that something bad was going to happen the whole time, and I would have been on edge the whole time. Maybe it wouldn't have spoiled it. Jahoda! Whose hand is that? Is that ours? Or is that Sandrone's? Who was the last hand that she hung on for a minute? Yeah, that was us. Got it. They were the last statue. They were the closest statue. Columbina. Okay, this one we're gonna have to go a little bit deeper in. So she's dreaming that she's on the moon. She's hanging out with the Kuenki. everything is so bright here on the Frost Moon. And actually, we're going to be able to visit the Frost Moon again in the most recent patch that's going to come out on, I believe, July 1st. So by the time I edit and have this out, it'll be playable. It's going to be a voiced world quest. So this is actually not what the moon looks like at all. More feet. Anywho. I will miss you all. So this is a dream, like, a year later in the future. Moon Prayer Night is here again. Oh, the events are just a constant reminder that the passage of time is not taking place in Tevat, even though it is. Just a reminder, Klee is like, since like 6 years have now passed, Klee is like going to be 18 in like January. Assuming she was like 12 when the game launched. So yeah. Okay, that I said I wanted to look back here. Who snapped? I think that's Dottoro's hand. Yeah, that looks like Dottoro's hand. That's his glove. And then all the candies from Moon Prayer Night fall. The Kuhenki are on the ground. Oh, that's so depressing. Can Kuhenki die? I assume they can. I don't know. It's like one of those things I don't stop to think about because, like, you don't really think about how NPCs can die all that often. This is kind of basically everything from this point on is basically foreshadowing the ending of the Luna 4. What Song of the Welcome Moon quest? We see Dottore. We see, I believe that's us. No, it's Flins. Even Rerir is here. Why is Rerir here? I guess they don't want to foreshadow that you kind of yeet them out of existence with not a lot of effort in Luna. Or don't we beat him in Luna 3? I don't remember. Yeah, I think we beat him in Luna 3. He's like, why is he even here? I guess they're just trying to foreshadow that he's about to show up again towards the end of this quest line. And then we linger on our hand. Which that bangle there doesn't remind me of Ether's hand, but oh well. When we cut back to the other angle, it shows that the closest statue to her is us, the Traveler. So that does make sense that that was the last hand that she was closely tied to. But time to go! Time to return to the moon. This was a good one. This was a really good one. So that was the character teaser, right? Yes. So now we have character trailer, Columbina, To Where She Flies. I wonder how much of an allegorical one this will be. That teaser, oh, did I see 144p? 140p? 1440p? Character trailer, Columbina, To Where She Flies, January 12th. Her steps echoed through the frostbitten woods and snow-locked palaces, guided only by a fleeting image of a home that danced at her fingertips. Though she escaped the shadows that once pursued her, the threads of fate still hold fast. Still she lifts her wings, longing for a place to finally belong. No credited VA. Alright, 347. This is even longer than the last trailer. Did my headset come unplugged? Oh, no. It was just quiet. Okay. Oh, this song. Oh, she's actually walking on her feet. She's not using her fake water heels right now. This is really beautifully rendered. Okay. Music. Ooh, who are these guys? Oh, they have like horned helmets, so I guess they're supposed to represent the Frostmoon Scions. And like how she was worshipped early on. The subtitles look... Okay. She's still following this feather. Ooh, interesting. So we see the statues of the deer, so this is definitely more Frostmoon Scion coded. Also, she's still walking on her actual feet. Ooh. Ooh, this one's gold and white colored, so is this supposed to be the Traveler? Oh, and these guys have the backlighting, so this must be representing the Wild Hunt. This is basically a ballet performance. A combat being portrayed as a dance. How capoeira. Oh, they have the gold scarves. This is definitely supposed to be representative of us. The Traveler, when I say us. Away, ye abyssal beings. Yeah, they're definitely Wild Hunt coded. They even got like cracks on the masks. They're all purpley on some parts of it. I have my Columbina not wearing the mask. And they're turning into doves. Some gold strings. She was being pulled up by the strings by the birds at the start of the trailer. And now she's just flying. She's still tied up by the birds with strings. I wonder what the symbolism in that is. Oh, there's more. Grains of sand? Interesting. There are no strings on me now. Oh, it's still going! That's her splash art. Is it gonna say Columbina now? Man, they're not showing any of the titles in these. Doesn't say Columbina, doesn't say Kutar, doesn't say Moon Maiden. She has a lot of titles that they could have put there. Remember when they used to put titles and like what element and weapon they're using? Hydro Catalyst, by the way. Time to go back and look through this. I feel like I kind of covered it pretty well because it was really quiet and it was very, like, allegorical. This entire thing was very allegorical. We start with balloons here at the beginning, which Paimon is represented by a balloon because of the Fontaine Archon quest. So we'll pretend that the balloons are Paimon. We have shooting stars. We see the Rhinehorn deers. She's in a bubble of water. I do think it's crazy, a weird detail. I wonder how many people even noticed that she's actually walking on the ground in this trailer. She usually has those little water ball heel things that she kind of just floats around with. But in this trailer in specific, she's just actually walking. She's touching the ground. She doesn't do that in-game. She floaty. She's skipping and dancing along through here. I love that they disappear with the spotlight and reappear with the spotlight. And I guess maybe these birds are actually representing her trying to reach through the firmament. She's trying to go back to the moon. So the birds are trying to take her there, but they are unable to. And it's only when she gets wings of her own, which could be symbolic of why she's chasing the feather here. And eventually when she does get the feather later in the trailer, she does gain her own wings. And then once she has the wings, she no longer needs to chase the feather. The feather goes off in the distance, and everyone else chases the feather. And then with the wings, she then carries us all the way through the sky. Which I guess, slight spoilers again, could say a representation of how she does return eventually, and then that's actually, I think, the first time in-game we see her use the wings is when she returns with the wings with the Trilune Authority, and then she ends up using that in order for us to defeat Dottore. So you could look at this entire trailer as an allegory of the events of the Luna 4 Archon quest. Song of the Welkin Moon. So instead of being held up by the strings and the birds now, she floats along with them. What I don't know is what all of this after the singing has stopped, what this might all represent here at the end. Then again, her future is not set in stone yet. And we'll probably get a little bit more insight to that into Luna 8, I guess. And then we end on her splash art. This was possibly top 10 trailers that they've ever put out for Genshin Impact. I don't know how they're going to top this. The Varka one was fun, but there was like animation mistakes in it. Actually, they usually go all out for Lantern Rite stuff, so we have Zibai trailers to look forward to next. We're still in Luna 4. We're halfway done, and we're 2 hours in. Well, it's a good thing I usually go to bed at 1:30 in the morning. Character teaser. Zibai as drifting wayside dust. Alright, so Zibai was a character I was not very hyped for, but her character trailer... Sorry, the Lantern Rite story involving her was really moving and brought a lot of people to tears. Alright, January 27th, almost in February. Character teaser, Zibai as drifting wayside dust. According to the genealogy of the Lu clan, an ancestor walked through the moonlit woods and chanced upon a tale of the Adepti. Be it truth or fable, 'tis but drifting wayside dust. No credited VA. Oh, it's animated. Oh, this is that one book. This is going to be an adaptation of that one book. I can't remember what it was, but it's the first mention of the White Horse Adeptus. I guess this might be confirmation that that story actually happened.
Join me.
Ooh, I love this art style.
Are you an Adeptus?
I'm going to say that a lot, aren't I?
Dwelling among these peaks, what else could I be?
A woman with horns?
At last, thanks to you, these fish can have a taste of the mortal world.
Wait, are we not in the mortal world right now?
Those herbs. I was gonna sell them.
Then, to make it up to you, perhaps a story. It might fetch a pretty price.
A story?
3 moons!
Long, long ago, 3 moons hung high in the heavens.
Okay.
Bathed in their light was an ancient nation called the Longan.
Long gone.
Longan was home to a divine envoy who bestowed nature's bounty upon the land.
And she was
return,
really obsessed
the
with
nation
math.
worshipped her.
God of the
But
soil.
then, in a twist of fate, the
Moon
moon
shattered.
and Longan fell to ruin. Unable to bear it,
Mostly because of that, the moon part was actually unrelated. It was more of the abyss that caused Longon to fall.
east, toward a new place to call home.
Shenyu Vale.
Yet in doing so, she defied heaven's will and was cast into a celestial
So if she's
prison.
remembering this story, then this is actually not Zibai. This is one of the 3 deadly selves that they ran into in the woods then.
People claim one day in heaven is 100 years in the mortal realm. But I rather wonder if it's not the opposite.
It is the opposite.
That
Probably.
prison must be a torturous place indeed.
Oh, I've never heard this story.
I made it up.
No, you didn't.
Coming from an Adeptus, it must be worth quite the sum. Alas, dawn approaches. Another day, another 100 years. Time to go home.
That was really ominous there. Oh god, that's so spooky. The basket is aging. The forest is so dark. Why did this get so dark? I mean, it went from sad to dark.
Is this the Quayle Assembly?
The Quayle Assembly?
That name hasn't been used for centuries.
Oh, God. Oh! Oh, God, that... Oh, thank God it was a dream. That was a nightmare. Oh, that was horrifying. I got so absorbed in the story. They still have the herbs. White Horse Adeptus. Wow. I was so concerned for the kid. My heart nearly stopped. That was scary. This does not have a lot of commentary for me to add, because this seems to be an adaptation of a story that we actually do have in game. You could read this as a book. It is nice to see this as external material outside of a book, because we have so many people in Genshin that don't know how to read. This is basically the first mention we have of Zibai in Genshin Impact is from a book that was obtainable. God, how long ago was that? Before I even started playing the game. I believe some people have actually... I believe there was an actual Hoyo Fair animation where somebody made an animation of this story, but this is a new readaptation of the story with the context of Zibai's POV, where we get to learn about Long Gone and the events of that, which do tie into the events of the Lantern Rite, which I'm so glad is permanent content now, so other people will be able to experience it. But because of the context of we know what happened to Zibai after the events of the Fall of Long Gone, that means that this person here that gives the dream and helps the kid out is one of the three deadly selves. Probably the one that was the really happy one that we give a tour during that Lantern Rite. Whichever the one of the deadly selves was, like the mountain hermit that was like hanging out in Chinxa village. Not the one that was possessing people and being very angry. And the one that's really obsessed with math, one of the third deadly self, is the one that's sealed in the moon, that's being referenced. One day in heaven is 100 in the mortal realm, or whatnot. One day in the mortal realm is 100 in heaven. I wonder if this might also be foreshadowing something like what's going on with Celestia and the heavenly principles. Maybe one day in Teyvat is 100 for the Celestial bodies or the heavenly principles. That could be something that might actually come up later on in the story. Who knows? Hyperbolic time chamber much. And then this just turns into a straight horror movie for like the last minute and a half. Y'all better start believing in ghost stories, because you're in one, kid. Is this the Guili Assembly? Also, I think this kid might be the ancestor of that NPC that runs the inn that's named after the White Horse Adeptus. Because I believe he mentions a lost kid being guided out of the mountain pass with like a White Horse Adeptus jumping over the thing or whatever. Because that's also something that gets brought up during that Lantern Rite quest. So this might be that NPC's ancestor, is this boy. Assuming that all of this is some real events that happened and none of this is just fabricated. For someone who didn't remember who Zibai was when he started recording this stream, I sure seem to have a lot to say about this one. Well, I guess next up is probably Zibai's character trailer. So let's load that one up. We're still in the Luna 4 trailers. Okay, character teaser, character... Oh! Itlua's trailer is actually here first. I didn't remember what patch Itlua came out, and I do wish Itlua was more prevalent in the Song of the Welcome Moon Archon quest, because his entire like story and backstory is like in a world quest series that's not voiced. But I played through it, so I probably know a little bit more about Itlua than the average person does. Because how many of the Genshin players in the community actually do the world quests? I would be willing to bet like less than 30% of players actually do the world quests. When I started playing back in 3.1, there was like a meme going around that if it ain't voiced, it don't matter. But I never bought that mentality. I did the entire Aranara quest on stream. That was like 15 hours. And I voiced the whole thing myself. The Temple of Space quest was also really good. That was like 7 or 8 hours, and that was a big, big lore dumpy one. Alrighty, character trailer. Itlua, shimmering plumes of the dawn Aureoli. Words. January 29th. We're still not in February. The sky above Kipubaki Cliff is always dark and gloomy, causing countless travelers to get lost within its depths. If the moonlight eludes you, look around and seek the shimmering plumes of the golden Aureoli. Oh, it's the golden bird. Got it. The golden bird, part of the Reed Miller mythos, and it's also Itlua's little bird. This one might be interesting.
Whenever the wild hunt comes forth, the wails of the dead follow in its wake. And every time I hear those cries, I feel like I'm back on that battlefield.
So yeah, they have a lot of survivor's guilt from their backstory.
Go get him, Aiden! Nodcry is an Elysium built by human hands.
Is it?
A dream kept alive over the centuries by the blood and sacrifice of countless generations of light.
I mean, I guess that's true if you word it that way.
Essentially means I'm responsible for keeping my comrades alive. Some days, I still wonder if I'm really cut out for it. Light compels you.
The light compels you. Ooh, I like this music. I feel like I've heard this beat somewhere before. That was really short. That was like a minute. Yeah, that was barely a minute. They left like 15... Is there something after this? There's a lot of... Like one of the most rewatched sections was there at the end. Interesting. Well, let's go back and see what we can do. I want to probably go word by word here. Whenever the wild hunt is in, the wails of the dead fellow in its wake. Every time I hear those cries, I feel like I'm back in the battlefield. They have survivor's guilt from the battle at Kipubaki Cliff from like years prior. A lot of people died, and it gets brought up a lot in that World Quest series. You can watch my playthrough of that World Quest series. You get a really cool emblem as well for doing it. It's a giant gun. I like the bringing up of Elysium. That's also something that gets brought up in the World Quest series as well, because it's part of the plot of what the main villain of that World Quest series is trying to do. They're trying to basically reach an Elysium from beyond the firmament, which is the abyss to them. One man's trash, another man's treasure, I guess. One man's hell is another man's Elysium. The Lightkeepers indeed also made Nodcry itself an Elysium by protecting people from the Wild Hunt. Also, if the Wild Hunt was created by Revere, that means the Wild Hunt really hasn't been in Nodcry all that long, and Nodcry has been around for like thousands and thousands of years. Then again, I guess the Wild Hunt still attacked like Hyperborea, so I guess the Wild Hunt was around before Revere. It's just that Revere became the leader of the Wild Hunt as he was becoming resurrected or infused with Nodcry, or in the Moon Shadow or whatever it was. How did Dottore pull him out of the Moon Shadow to get into Nodcry? I don't know if that ever got addressed. Questions for later. Anywho, this is mostly just a show. There's not a lot of story happening here outside of that dialogue and just a little bit of a showcase of Itlua's skills. He's really weird 4-star. I guess next up is Zibai's character trailer, and then we can get out of the Luna 4 trailers. Alrighty, character trailer Zibai. Oh, another 1440p one. Alrighty, 4 months ago, February 1st. We're in February. We're 4 months in the past now, 5 months in the past. Character trailer Zibai, the mortal flesh to kindred earth. That's a lot of text. Holy crud. Oh, it's English translation. The three deadly selves as specters come in unison, in union born, in union quelled, to hold the days, the passing of the year, illuminate the heart that was, singer Alon. Oh, so it's a song, and these are song lyrics. Okay. I will read these after then, on the off chance that everything in this trailer is just a song. Because I assume the subtitles will just have all what's there.
Once, I was fond of walking through the fields, watching the sunset and the moon rise. It was the season where wishes took flight. But then...
There it is, the fall of Long Gone.
I returned home.
Ooh. The statues of Jade. Oh, we see those characters in the story. Okay, so the subtitles are not going to translate it for us, so I will have to read that description after.
Within the moon's shadow, this dream frozen and tormented in time, all will fade. Yet you must remember, that nation ablaze with light, that is our home.
Long Gone, or Liyue in general. Oh, is it going to assemble her chariot? It is. It's going to assemble her chariot. I always like the design detail that her boots make it look like those are horse hooves. Ooh, that's symbolic. The Celestial Nail. This is so beautiful. This is kind of a representation of that one cutscene at the end of the Lantern Rite. She tried to save the people of Long Gone, and that was her undoing. Do we get an Istaroth cameo? No, we don't. Oh, maybe we do. There's still more. Waking up from the dream. I guess we're going to try to not put them at the 1440p because I think the Streamlabs does not like it. Okay, let's see what the lyrics of that song have to say. The moon, a jade plate, climbs the misty skies. Thin dewdrops gleam as the fall sighs. Which grass shall never yellow in the fleeting day, which virtue lasts while seasons slip away. Like drifting dust along the country way, the grass lies pale, the poplars sere, yet end delays. By the mountainside, the remnants keep their rites, as bronze statues of old die lost from thorn and briar. All things keep their seasons, past all mortals' measure, passing through the mortal world like waking dream. Like drifting shadows, fleeting swift and bright, time races on, a white steed through the desolate plain. Its path unknown, destination unseen, which grass shall never yellow in fleeting day. Which virtue lasts while seasons slip away, like drifting dust along the... Okay, is it just repeating? Alone with my staff, I cross the river on a single reed, like a lone goose in flight. Who says the river is too wide to cross? Those shadowed reeds I seek broken jade. The past cannot be undone. The road ahead stretches long. Friends spread the mat and share the wine, while the distant fields of millet sway and shine. In the desolate courts, the withered grass sways in the moon's pale beam, and waning decay glimmers, fireflies dream. Beautiful. Let's look at parts of this. So I think the most important thing to see here is we see flashbacks of Long Gone, of which she was the emissary of the moon too. She was their god. We see her from the broken jade reconstruct her little chariot thing, which was the chariot that she kind of uses it as fast travel in a way. It's kind of odd that way. But she also, at one point, assembles it. We see this moment here. Where something falls and knocks her away, which is similar to how she was hit by the Celestial Nail, which destroyed her, turning her into the 3 deadly selves. But Istaroth played a role in that. White Horse Adeptus. The symbolism there is nothing. I love this shot here. This shot here is beautiful. This transition from 2D into the spinning, into the 3D, into the fingers gliding across the screen. And then we see the face-off against the nail. Which does not end well for her, all things considered. There's not much more that I could say about this that isn't covered in other content that I've had to say about Zibai. But this was very beautiful, and personally, I would actually just recommend watching this story teaser, Nightmares of York, because it's kind of overlapping a lot with that. This is basically a cinematic portrayal of that scene right there. And then we end roughly with her waking up and her banner. Or, sorry, her title card. Which, again, doesn't have any titles listed on it. Alright, we are rapidly approaching the end. We're past the halfway point. So yeah, the story, yeah, it makes sense, actually. Because that story teaser actually was even uploaded before her character trailer. That's kind of interesting. So, some people that didn't want spoilers, so quite a few people like me probably did see this first. That's pretty interesting. Alrighty. That's it for Luna 4. We're going to skip Luna 5 because I have a video separate where I react to all of the Varka stuff. So if you want to watch my reaction to Varka's trailers, there's a separate video on the playlist of my reactions. You can watch my reaction to Varka stuff there. Alrighty. Now that when I put chapters on this when I upload the VOD to YouTube, this will say Varka trailer, and then there'll probably be an iCard telling you where to go. And Luna 6, we have... Is it just Linnea? Looks like it's just Linnea. Which I almost didn't recognize her character trailer there because it's in a different art style. So, character teaser, starting with Linnea. Alright, character teaser, Linnea, companion, and on a rainy night. Is this going to be how she met Lumi? Once upon a time, she believed that if she kept her wings out of sight, she could blend into that warm glow that was never meant for her. Just like how across the bonfire, a Jack Frost wearing a paper bag trying its hardest to disguise itself as something ordinary in the flickering light. Their shadows drew closer and closer. These two so-called outcasts saw each other as a kindred ally. Let us embark on this journey in our true forms. After all, the world's splendor is woven from its diversity. Beautiful. And VA, Savannah Menzel. We have some VA credited. Hooray! How many of those have we actually seen VAs being credited in? Not many of them. So it sounds like this is going to be a trailer of how she met Lumi. The sound of rain.
So, you made yourself a disguise to stop them bullying you? Yeah. Alright.
We saw a little bit of this in her character story. Linnea's character story was depressing as all hell.
Okay?
It was a really good one, though.
They say that sometimes Snezhnai and Faye will secretly switch their own child
Aww,
with a human.
little Linnea, she's so cute!
The Faye child seems very human at first, but only on the outside. Before long, she realizes that she's
The Fae have weird crystalline skin.
But she also knows she must hide her identity if she wants to survive. Hey, look! I've never seen hair like hers before. Wow,
Pink.
Yeah! Those look like wings!
They do look like wings.
See a bird? Don't touch! It's my new hairstyle. My mom
Stuffed
did it
animals
for
in
me.
Genshin make me feel uncomfortable. Ever since the Arlecchino animated short.
She spent so long trying to be like other people. She just
Why are
wanted
you
to
afraid
fit
of
in.
cake?
But try as she might, it never seemed to work. She was a square peg in a round hole.
I think the first things we learned about Linnea were from like Aino's voice line saying she was like afraid of robots or something.
Her differences.
Birds. That looks so much like hair. It barely looks like wings in this animation
Looks like
style.
you don't need that old hat anymore. Look after yourselves. I'll always remember the Conch Gang, huh?
Oh, she's a member of the Conch Gang? I forgot about that.
You too, old boss.
We're a member of the Conch Gang too, by the way.
All right. The rain stopped. Time to go. Don't worry about
The czar
being
crabs.
different. The world's a big place, full of wonders and surprises. Keep exploring, and one day, you're sure to find others, just
You
like
actually
you.
do a quest line. There's a world quest that's part of the main world quest series in Nod Cry where you get to team up with the Conch Gang to do some stuff.
You wanna come with me?
You get to fight the Czar Crab.
Let's go then. The wide
Find
world
another proof
awaits.
of cognoscenti. I want to get a closer look at little baby Linnea. Okay. Honestly, I wish she kept the hat, personally. I think the hat looks cool. Maybe they could have given her a smaller hat that she could wear without covering up the wings when she was an adult. But I'm a hat collector, so I'm a little bit biased. I like me some hats. Let's see. There's a scene of her getting scared. I want to see what spooked her. I want to get a closer look and go frame by frame there. And she technically kind of is a bird. We learned that in her character story. Oh. She's just scared that her block tower fell over. That's kind of funny. Trying to be like other people. So I guess she's trying to mimic what the doll's doing, I guess, and failing is what's happening here. That's what's being portrayed here. I don't know why she's so afraid of the cake. The cake is a lie? She's putting a bow in the doll. Man, you're putting a square peg in a round hole. See, that's your first mistake, Linnea. You're supposed to put the circle peg, it goes in the square hole. And then you take the triangle peg and you put that in the square hole. And then you put the cylinder peg and then that goes in the square hole. And then you put the half semicircle on its side and then that goes in the square hole. And then you put the square peg in the square hole. Nothing goes in the round hole. And do we know or recognize these two members of the Conch Gang? I think these are two of the characters that we see, because it's going to fast forward to when they're adults. Yes, these are the people that are running Speranza. So that was them as they were young. That's kind of cool. It's nice to see that. I guess they're still young. Speranza's mostly run by kids. And then we end where the trailer starts, with the meeting of Lumi and the paper bag. And then they became inseparable traveling companions. Next up is going to be her character trailer, which is right here, so I don't actually have to look for it, because we're getting really close to the modern patches. We're in April now. Character trailer. Linnea. Precise answers. Curious wonders. The advisor always has answers ready for every question. But as for where she'll be, that's anyone's guess. After all, there's always something extraordinary waiting to be discovered somewhere. You open up her adventure journal. Will today's page contain a record of a rare breakthrough, or just a funny little mishap? Ooh, we got a big collection here. We have Catherine, Erica Mendez, Linnea, Savannah Menzel, Klee? Klee's here? Kiara Sichuan Arataki Ito. Oh, I guess Ito is in Nod Cry during her events of her story quest. And Mualani as well. So this trailer might take place around the same time as her story quest. That's intriguing in its own little way.
One last thing. I'm sure the adventurers
Oh, it's in
would
4:9
benefit from
aspect
your
ratio.
expertise.
Sure thing. Just send it my way.
Why is it in this aspect ratio?
Oh!
You're into fungi
Okay,
too?
well that was Klee.
The Encyclopedia Vividia Forest fungi says the umbrella-like structures of these green ones are actually completely hollow.
Are they? That's news to me.
Excuse us.
Siegewin! Melazines. Run, Box Kitty, run! I love her inner child. Uh-oh. Where is it? Look for it. Linnea biology class. See, they put text here. Thick feathered ruffled pheasant.
Is that what I think it is? A rare breed of
Capybara. Oh, it's so pretty. Off she goes. Must be nice to be able to fly. Fukasaurs. We actually get to visit Natlin during her story quest. Oh, she saw some Asha, which means she went to Nozitak. I kind of forgot that their saurians that big. Oh, wow. Can you fly or can you not fly? That's a little bit of a representation of her skill. Or ult? I forget which. I don't own her, so I don't really know. This is a fun little adventure. Oh, wow. Did she find it? There it is. The white capybara. No, wait.
A slate umbrella, Finch. Your hairdresser tricked me!
Hairdresser tricked me. Why was this in a 4:9 aspect ratio? That's kind of weird. Alright, so in this trailer, we have a weird logo at the beginning, almost like an MGM Grand trailer, which we can actually see the logo here on this little sign here. So this must be the logo for Linnea's biology class. Because she is kind of a biologist. I kind of forgot about that. Just send them my way. I guess this guy's collecting this little... Does somebody use this as their ascension material, I wonder? Those are the little bugs you see throughout Notcry. They are a collectible. Loving this little art style here. And that actually is roughly on the Notcry map where you do find them, and it's also using the dotted line thing. So this is similar to using the in-game feature that tells you where local items are. Who, I forget, has that for Notcry. Is it Aino? I want to say it's Aino. Alright, and then Klee gets a sweet flower. Also, yeah, I just noticed, is this in Mondstadt? I think this is in Mondstadt. Yeah, that's the cat's tail. And then we cut to Sumeru. Who is Linnea standing behind here? Little girl. Okay, maybe somebody from a fungi event. You're into fungi too? They're in gachapon balls, that's funny. Encyclopedia of the Aventurine Forest. It says that those mushroom caps are hollow. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that. I don't know if it's essential information to know that. We see her getting all, what's it called, fangirly over the two new animals, which is a one-of-a-kind Melazine, which has a really cursed past. If you want to see more about Siegewing, I have a playthrough of her character story. You can go watch that if you want to learn more about that. And Kirara, a character that is also in her outfit from the Simulanka event. Why is she wearing that in this trailer? I thought she didn't like wearing this outfit. So this must be what it looks like from Linnea's point of view when they see all these cute animals. Got kitties, Necomata, and Melazines. One of a kind Melazine. She's getting a little bit on handsy there. She's got the creepy fingers. Sandrone just stands there. She's only chasing the Necomata because the Necomata's running. A little bit of Ito training his beetle. I love the derp face here. She goes full Branya face. A classic Hoyo pose. And then we see her internal monologue also going, Mulaney talking about wanting to fly with... Okay, those guys can't fly. I guess they kind of can with the spirit lines, though. Spirit ways. Wait, what's going on here? Then we're seeing some embarrassing moments, I guess. This person is feeding too many grain fruits to the capybaras. So this is Linnea saying, no, don't do that. And then Linnea getting eaten by a cryoregis and is very embarrassed by that. So she tries to hide it. That's kind of funny. And then where it is, look for it. Linnea, biology class. We finally put text on one of these for once. I've already forgotten how many actually did do that. Because quite a few of them didn't have anything in these Not Cry Luna patches. There's the pheasant. Then we're looking for the capybara. And then we go on this wild goose chase through all of Natlan. And it quite literally was a wild goose chase in the end. Because we get through all of that. And it was never a white capybara to begin with. It was whatever this type of bird is. A slate umbrella fish. Your hairdresser tricked me. Okay. Well, this was a fun one. This was a very fun one. I still don't think anything's going to top that Columbina one, though. Man, some of the Stesnaya ones are going to be crazy, aren't they? Yeah, then we move into Luna 7 with Nicole. I didn't record my reaction to the Luna teaser, to Nicole's character teaser, but I will play it and talk over it right now because there is stuff I won't talk about in it, and I don't think I've read its description. So, first off, Nicole teaser, the silenced golden strings. Nicole Rain of the Hexen Circle, codename N, Sophie Shad. Who, I wonder how many people even noticed that N was recast between Fontaine and Nodcry. Or should I say, I guess Fontaine would have been the last time we spoke with them. Many, many years ago, the divine envoys fell from the heavens after receiving the divine punishment. And as they fell, the golden feathers drifted down upon the earth and broke strings of an instrument. Where would the fate of the world lead? The daughter, blessed by the gods, could speak no more. And she was left with nothing but a single beating human heart in her chest. Now, because I've already reacted to this, and my reaction was not recorded, sadly you will not get to see a blind reaction to this, but I can at least go through it once and stop occasionally to give some analysis.
The great ruler of the firmament bestowed upon my kin the blessings of wisdom and power.
Also in this patch, we found out that angels were also technically part dragon.
To subsist under the
because we
gaze
got
of the
the
gods,
Ursa the Drake was actually an angel.
One must be surrendered. And all because of a mishap even our creator could not have foreseen?
Okay. They are not all-powerful, they are not all-knowing. I think the heavenly principles are a fraud.
Please guide us.
Divine Envoy, please don't abandon us.
So this is probably taking place during the unified civilization of Arcadia, which we learned quite a bit about from Historia and the Temple of Space questline.
Divine Envoy, I heard Vindignir is already...
Are we
Sal
truly on the
Vindignir.
right path?
That's
Your
Dragon Spine,
is
right?
known to me.
It got celestial
But you
nailed.
need not fear, for a brighter era is on the horizon.
How do you know?
This was predestined. The future cannot deviate from this path.
That's what you think. I don't believe in fatalism.
Fate choose to lead this world toward destruction.
That's actually Finon's VA right there from Honkai Star Rail. Joshua Waters.
Nicole.
These are all the angels that gave up their forms.
The heavenly throne has deceived us.
Our sovereign is neither all-knowing nor all-powerful.
They are not all-knowing and not all-powerful. They are just a descender.
Let your heart guide the way.
It's kind of depressing.
And fate can both yet be changed.
The world and fate can be changed. A new descender should take the role of heavenly principles, which is probably going to be us by the end of the story. Or maybe it'll be our abyss twin.
Creations.
That throne in the sky is not meant for you, said somebody once in a Travail trailer.
And when those desires accumulate, the threads of fate themselves will be shaken. Wisdom or power?
I'd rather have
I
both.
rather think I'd like to keep both.
So she gave up her voice.
As long as I pay the right price, creating that loophole shouldn't be too hard, right?
Indeed.
Phase.
A lot of people missed that, apparently, in their reactions. So for those who don't know, because they're lore skippers, Phanes is the Heavenly Principles, the primordial one, the first Descender. Unless we get clarification on whether or not Nibelung is the first Descender or the primordial one. That could technically be an interpretation. But most people seem to agree that the primordial one, the first Descender, is Phanes from the eggshell of the firmament. And that's the first time we've ever heard it spoken. So even for people that didn't lore skip, that is the first auditory use of the name. Which means when we eventually meet Phanes, probably in like 8.0, or 8 point whatever, probably 8.2 or 8.1. Because they're probably going to be the final boss of the game, more or less. That being said, we might just end the story in Shesnaya, so we could meet them in 7.0. Who knows? We still don't know what our siblings doing with Conria and whatnot, or if that's going to be all like Genshin 2 stuff. But who knows? The Heavenly Principles is Phanes. Beyond Sun and Moon. I did a weird side stream of trying to unlock that book series so I could read it. And then I did read it on stream. It's one of the few books that I've read on stream. I also read Flowers for Princess Fischl, but that was just more because I wanted to. Not because I felt it was important to. Alright, who's next? After Nicole's teaser, we have Prune, who I kind of forgot got added to the game. Alright, character trailer. Prune, listen to the witch hunter's vow. Prune's grand declarations are no mere bluster. Her witch hunting resolve could move heaven and earth. Unfortunately, no one ever warned her that the hunter might end up befriending her prey. We have Prune and Klee. This is probably going to be a fun trailer. Man, we're getting a lot of Klee in the Luna patches now that I think about it. We're in a 4:9 aspect ratio again.
Ready to hunt some witches.
She's on top of the Knights of Favonius headquarters there. I love her animations. Her animations are really cool. I hope we get a copy of her at some point. Did she just jump into a Simulanka? Or a book? This is just musically fun. Not a lot's actually happening here. That was cool that they transitioned between her and Klee.
Bang if you want. I'm not giving up.
Childlike dreams cherished. We're putting text on the characters' splash arts again. Oh, that's a fun boss. I wonder if that's going to be her Ascension boss.
Treasure hunts are for kids.
You are a kid, Prune. You might be a very mature kid, but a kid nonetheless. Oh, there's still more. Alice! Ever watching. So, not a lot happens in this one, which is, again, it is a 4-star trailer, so it is only about a minute and a half of basically her just running around. She's chasing the book the whole time, and then she ends up getting trapped and sucked into the book. At which point she gets rescued by Klee. That is more or less what is happening here, which is kind of lining up with the description of the video. She winds up working together with the one she is hunting. That being said, she's actually trying to hunt Alice, and her entire story arc does get resolved in the event of the most recent patch, the little Hexen Circle. So she gets her imaginary friend back from Alice, so her entire story arc is done. So I'm interested to see what they do with this character in future story arcs, or if she's just going to be a reoccurring character with the little Hexen Circle, or is her little witch hunting arc going to continue, and she's still going to try to get back at Alice, regardless. Even though what Alice did was actually for her own good, but she doesn't know that, and I don't know if we're ever going to tell her. Paimon might not keep her mouth shut, though. I wonder when Alice is going to be playable. Since we got Nicole in this series, maybe Alice will get revealed as a playable character, like, in, like, 7.5 or 7.8. Somewhere around then. Like, maybe we're going to get a summer event in, in like 7.8, and then we'll get Alice in 7.8. Alright, we are getting close to the end. So, we've done Nicole teaser, Prune trailer, which means next is Nicole trailer. And then we have this really weird character anecdote for Durin that's just randomly here for some reason. 1 month ago, May 19th. We're getting really close to recent history now. Okay, we have character trailer, Nicole, an epic adventure story. Writing a full story is nothing like putting together a Teyvat travelogue. You cannot just write the exciting bits and hand-wave the route and background. Even the miserable parts of a trip are the world building, and no one wants to deal what? Even the miserable parts of the trip and the world building no one wants to deal with are important. Oh, she's calling you out for not doing the world quests, everybody. That sounds like something Mr. 9 would say. Nicole Rain, Mr. 9. Oh, Aiden Dawn does the voice of Mr. 9? That's Renova's VA. Ellen's in this. Prune, Mona, and Sucrose. Oh, we can't hear them.
Mr. 9. I came up with a fantastic idea for a new novel during the latest tea party.
Again.
That Aiden Dawn is just doing their mem voice from Honkai Star Rail.
This one's gonna be about an ordinary girl who becomes a hero.
Oh, is that why Ellen is in the...
courage and a dream, our heroine
Oh my god, it's Ellen.
on a quest to defeat the Demon King, returning triumphant to roaring celebrations.
Are you sure I can beat this guy?
Ordinary Squire. Oh, we're gonna have to go back and look at that.
We need to give her some backup.
Of course. How about a small but mighty warrior?
A small but mighty warrior.
A mage who wields the elements. And a healer to provide some much-needed support.
Oh, that's gonna be fun to read through all of that.
Without a cast of compelling characters, after all.
Oh, what's happening here? I'm loving this art style. Boy, you're gonna hear me say that all night.
Doesn't sound half bad.
Right? Fate leads our brave heroes
Who's
to
the Demon
cross
King? Is it
paths
gonna be
and
official?
unite against their
Wait, is that the
common
Bakanawa?
foe. One one brave choice, and a legend that will resonate across the ages is born.
Ooh, that's so pretty. And the transition into 3D. Oh, she's using her skill. That's cool.
If needed, I will also be there to guide their path.
That's actually the same symbol we saw in Durin's trailer. No, it's very similar to the one we saw in Lauma's trailer, actually. There's just something silly about Ellen taking out the Bakanawa. Simon the Adventurer lost to that thing.
Let every heart's
Probably.
wish be met.
Okay. But
It's
what
in the
about
Marriage of
Demon
Ari,
King's
for those who
motive?
don't know.
He can't just destroy the world for no reason.
Oh, that's for you to figure out.
Hey, this was your idea.
Nicole's such a bad writer. Mr. 9 is the real author. Alright, there was so much in there that I want to go back and reread. So we're going to start with... Let's start to where Ellen shows up as the hero. With courage and dream to defeat the Demon King. Also, I like how Jean is applauding the statue when they return home because Jean is their idol, for those who remember from Venti's story quest. Alright, Ordinary Squire. We'll figure it out eventually. This is basically an incredibly powerful evil dragon. Ordinary Squire. She's getting her butt kicked. I like that from her little weird mental space that she can just pop out of any window or door. Prune. She's hiding and stalking the witches. Also, was there somebody else there in the background? Oh yeah, there's Klee over there. She's hiding from Klee. That's funny. Small but mighty warrior. Wicked witch, you can't hide from me. Prune. And she shows up from a painting here. That's kind of cool. A mage who wields the elements. Mona Magistus, the astrologist. If it is divination you seek from me, then I ask that you respect my name by learning it wholly. And now she's in a mirror. A healer to provide some much-needed support. I just need a moment to quickly take down some notes. Alright, anything else in here I want to see? Get these beautifully animated sequences of combat. This purple castle made me think Fischl was going to show up. I'm a little bit disappointed Fischl didn't show up, to be honest. Especially with Mr. 9 involved, as Fischl is a big fan and based her entire personality off of a character from a Mr. 9 novel. And then we get this really pretty art style as we transition from 2D to 3D. And then they start fighting the Bakanawa, which we only managed to beat in actual gameplay by working together with Enjo and Sitlali. Yeah, that's an unlikely duo for those who haven't done the world quest. Wish it was voiced, though. Supposedly, we're going to be going back to the Marriage of Ari in like an expansion and possibly explore it. I wonder how that's going to tie into the Tenoza Talk, though. And then we get another banner with no titles or text. What about the Demon King's motive? He can't just destroy the world for no reason. That's for you to figure out. This was your idea. Okay. Nicole's a fun little ray of sunshine in this world. I'm glad that she's around. And I'm glad that she's so willing to share stuff with us. We've got a 2-minute anecdote for Durin now. So I wonder what this is about. I saw this one show up in my feed, but I didn't watch it because I was like, why is Durin getting an anecdote right now? Alright, character anecdote, every stroke of the story. Stories born from pure fantasy are often grand and magnificent, yet a story about the self tends to begin with a single step forward. No credited VA. Okay. Maybe it's because Nicole's a storyteller is why we're getting a Durin update. Okay. Oh, he's practicing alchemy via writing. That's kind of cool. Cat guy's here. Oh, now the Wild Hunter attacking. Where are they? Are they in Notcry? Looks like they're in Notcry. Yeah, I recognize the conveyor belts above them. Wait, what? Albedo can do that? This is all a story, isn't it? None of this is real. I would like to be able to summon a mech by writing it down. That's cool. Destroy him with the pen. The pen is mightier than the sword, especially when the pen is 50 stories tall. The mech is mightier than the sword, because the mech is also 50 stories tall. The dragon is mightier than the sword, because the dragon can breathe fire. That's so cool. Alright. Make sure you wield that power responsibly, Durin. The power to create a story is tantamount to being able to create a new world. Through their own bravery, Durin and his companions were able to defeat a formidable foe. Who was writing it that time, though? Is Anders' daughter still lingering around somehow? The world may never know. This one was a little bit of a weird one. I don't know why this came out now, but it is very interesting to see that we're seeing the power of storytelling able to manifest stuff, but it's because of the context of the trailer itself, it's kind of hard to tell if any of this is actually really happening or if this is actually just what is being written and not what's actually happening. That being said, seeing Albedo summon a mech and it being piloted by Wanderer is a nice little bit of a callback to Akasha Pulses and the Kalpa Flame Rises. But if I ever see something like this happen in game, I'm going to start to question it very thoroughly. I'm actually going to probably look up other people reacting to this anecdote because this is kind of just dumbfounding me. I'm surprised I never saw other people react to this or saw it in my feed, so I'm surprised more people aren't talking about what Durin's power ceiling is. Or how powerful the power of storytelling is just in general. We do know it has the power to create worlds thanks to Simulanka, as well as Durin's story quest and character story. The real question is, how applicable is this? Because we occasionally cut back to him just writing. So, at some point, this is either not real or all fabricated. But I think the only thing that truly matters is what we see written in it at the end. Is that Durin and his companions were able to best a formidable foe. But it does make me question who is actually piloting this quill. It is Anders' daughter's quill, so maybe it's Anders' daughter's spirit in some way. Maybe a bit of them still exists within the pen. Who knows? The pen is mightier than the sword, after all. Such is the power of storytelling. And with that, I believe we have entered the current patch, which means now we have Lowen's teaser and Lowen's trailer. I guess it's not the current patch anymore, but you get my point. Character teaser, Lohen, standardized test. Nick Wolfhard and Joseph May. Character teaser, June 2nd. We're now in June. The month that is almost over. Although if you're watching this on YouTube in the future, it's probably July by the time I have this uploaded. Processes are usually standardized for efficiency and mass production. Efficiency lies in making everyone equally vigilant. What gets mass-produced, however, are those deemed unfit. Intriguing. Ooh, this music seems dark and foreboding.
Hey, did you hear? The examiner for this expedition selection is the new vice captain of the 5th Company.
Lohen.
But I thought he only recently joined the Knights. How did he get promoted so fast?
Did no one in the 5th Company put up an objection? Those firearm guys are usually as hot-tempered as their weapons.
It doesn't matter how he got the job. What's important is how we get him to pick us for the expedition. Have any of you spoken to him yet?
Why do you guys want to go on the expedition?
Is there nothing we can work off of? Not even rumors?
I heard someone say no matter what the mission is, he always charges headlong into the fray. He's never scared of getting hurt. Maybe he even enjoys it.
Those rumors are true.
Thing. Last time he was sent to Dragonspine, he ambushed a whole Fatui camp all by himself. I'd rather take on the Recon and Vanguard companies combined than tangle with a guy like that.
Wait, are these the three idiots that we have to make sure aren't drinking too much when we go to the Favonius Keep?
I heard he used to be an adventurer. They say he got bored with
Oh my god, he's here.
So he snuck his way into the Knights of Favonius. Maybe it's not the fighting he likes per se, more just having fun.
Having fun? Doesn't sound much like a knight to me.
Come to think of it, which company are you from? I don't think I've seen you around. You look young. A fresh new rookie, huh?
Don't you worry. You'll get to know me soon enough. How about a toast?
Why not? A drink to new friendships.
He's planning a really horrific test for them all.
Who? When? How did the wine?
What is he doing?
That should just about sum up the assessment.
100% failure rate. What else should I have expected? Oh?
They should count themselves lucky. If they ran into someone like me in the wild, it wouldn't have just been 40 winks. How can someone who's about to embark on a grand expedition be so sloppy?
Huh.
Varka's gonna drink it anyway, isn't he?
Join us then. We could use someone to keep us honest.
It would be my honor, Grandmaster.
I don't... Lohen is so sus. His character story basically portrays him as the main villain of his own character story, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. There was a video that showed up in my feed not too recently where they talked about how the most recent patch, Luna 7, was like the laziest patch just because there wasn't a lot of cutscenes in like Nicole's story quest and Lowen's story quest, and I think it's kind of a little bunk. Lowen's story quest was really good, and I actually appreciate how short it was compared to normal length story quests. And it was a different way to structure one, for that matter. But just looking back at this character teaser, we basically get to see some very interesting imagery to portray Lohen, the way he is seen or talked about in rumors. So I guess these three are guys that did not end up going to Notcry, considering they fail this test, so to speak. But let's get a look at some of these images. So no matter what mission he charges headlong into the fray. He kind of looks like Kaya in this pose, to be honest. I wonder what Loa and Kaya's interactions are like. We haven't seen them interact. Kaya was in Lowen's character story, but he was only there at the introduction to basically point us in a direction and tell us where to go. Ambushed a whole Fatui camp. Sounds like he loves a good fight. And then we have this last one, where I heard he used to be an adventurer. They say he got bored with commissions. So why is he knocking out knights in this version of a story where he got bored with commissions? So he snuck his way into the Knights of Favonius. I don't know how you would sneak into the Knights of Favonius. Then again, like, Eric was a traitor, so who the hell knows? They're not exactly the most upright organization. There's a reason Diluc left. By the way, Lowen's character story also technically, weirdly confirms how many years have passed since the events of the manga. Because I believe it's, like, confirmed that the events of Diluc's backstory in the manga are 10 years in the past now. Which means that Diluc is, like, 28 now? Gives us some weird age confirmations on several characters. It is really ballsy to freaking poison Varka's wine on top of everything else. It looks like beer, but we know that this is what dandelion wine is supposedly looking like. It looks like mead, all things considered. Well, I think it's time to look at Lohen's character trailer. I have seen a GIF from this trailer, and that is all I have seen from it. It came very highly recommended, though. A masterpiece. Character trailer. Lohen, a masterpiece. June 7th. Lohen takes every battle seriously and gives each one his all. That might make him sound like a careful, responsible warrior with a solemn sense of duty. But don't let his smile fool you. All right, Nick Wolfhard, Stephanie Sutherland, and Joseph May. So we got Jean in this one.
I'm impressed you're still conscious.
Did he just cut open the frame?
One last chance.
Oh, there. That is the GIF I saw of him twirling a gun. That's all I know about this trailer, and we're already past it.
If I tell you,
Whoa, cat got your tongue?
Uh-oh. That's a nice catch. Oh my god, he's got a Russian roulette. Whoa! Whoa!
6 chambers, 1 bullet. Your odds are down to 1 in 5. When your time's up, I pull the trigger. How long will you last? How good's your luck?
My luck is about 1 in 5 odds. That's what I'll tell you. Also, is that a 5-chamber revolver? If it's a 1 in 5 chance of being shot? Well, I guess he clicked once on his head already, so there's just 5 left. So what is this auction item they're going after again? That guy's dead, right?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, the masterpiece we've all been waiting for.
Last question. Tell me about the final item.
For many, no doubt, tonight's real target, a genuine killing machine from Fontaine, modified to remove all power restrictions, a true work of art, huh?
Ooh! So there's a modified killing machine. Oh wait, I actually know what that item is, because we see it getting smuggled in during like a weird bounty quest in Nodcry.
Finally, your reward.
Switching places with the auction item. A real masterstroke, if I say so myself.
He swapped the bullet with a flower.
Kid.
Well, you can't deny that he's won us the Northern Intelligence Network's respect.
Yeah, it was nothing. No need to thank me.
Very well, but there's one last thing. Where's the item you removed from that crate?
The killing machine? Oh no, that's a different one.
Into a true masterpiece.
That's fun. Ooh, that is a cool image. Lohen, the not benevolent knight. And with that, we are now done with all of the old trailers. I think. Pretty sure we are. I want to go back and look through this again, because we need to do some analysis. I almost forgot to do it. I was getting ahead of myself. So yeah, I'm going to go through this, and I want to count how many times he actually fires this thing. So it is a 6-chamber. He fires 1, which then he then points it at the chest of the other guy for its 1 in 5. That's fucking spooky right there. He just Batman'd that guy. 6 chambers, 1 bullet. Your odds are down to 1 in 5. That's 2 shots. Venue security. I'm going to assume that if it's cutting like that, he's shooting again. We've only seen him fire 2 shots. I wonder where this auction is even taking place. I assume it's just someplace in Nasha Town. And also, how in the hell did that giant Gardamek fit in that tiny little cabinet, all things considered? So I guess that means that the bullet landed in the 3rd chamber if he's only fired 2 shots before this. And there's his ult animation. That's also a weird looking stopwatch that he's been keeping count on for some reason. Also, it looks like they're just getting knocked out from being shot with the crossbow, which makes him seem a little bit less lethal for how lethal his animations look. Also, what kind of watch is this that we keep cutting back and forth to? It's the inside of a revolver chamber, I guess. So let's get a close look at this masterpiece that they made. The transition of the coloring there is so dark and so good. Pinned it to the wall in a T pose. Like he crucified the Gardamek. That's metal. I wonder why their timepiece is being so ever-present in the artwork of their, like, big name card. And with Lohen, that means the next one is, we watched The Final Gift. I have a reaction trailer to that up on the channel. You can watch it on your own time, so we're not going to react to it here. As well as the Ecology trailer. Did I react to that? I don't think I did. Well, I've seen it, I guess. Yeah, I've seen this, but I didn't do a live reaction to it, and I think we'll skip it for time. If you want my opinion on the Ecology trailer, it's pretty cool. I'm not sure how much the cutscenes are going on. I think the shooting mode is probably going to be like its own separate mode. I don't know how relevant it'll be to the story. It's probably going to be like some Fatui training sim or something. But now, let's go to the two trailers that are going to be the final two trailers that we watch for the Luna patches. Sandrone's teaser and Sandrone's trailer. One of the characters that I was the most excited for in all of Notcry. I was excited for her as far back as Fontaine. Arguably even before then. Character teaser, Sandrone, First Light of Dawn. So this came out 5 days ago, and I decided to put it off when I made a really poor decision to do all the character teasers in addition to the character trailers in this live stream, turning what I thought would be a 2-hour live stream into a 4-hour live stream. June 24th. To a concerto of gears and clockwork, she descends into the valley and crosses the sunlit fields in bloom. From the city rises the murmur of countless voices, like old memories beyond recall, and like a long-awaited reunion. So we have Halan, Marianette, Chiori. Chiori's in this. The Fair Lady, and the Moon Maiden. Alright, I see a teacup. It's tea time! Alright, here we go.
Happy Fontanalia Festival, mademoiselle.
Oh, this is taking place at the same time of the event that we're about to see. Oh,
Still
no.
your drink of choice, then.
She's being haunted by memories of the past. I'm frankly surprised that she even has her old memories if she's going to be being brought back.
Hands-on engagement during research is an integral part of social learning. You taught me that. Alain.
Is this real?
Besides, this used to be your favorite too. The taste reminds me of home.
And where is home to you, Sandrone? Marionette? We never learned what name they actually named you, because apparently they took down
Happy Fontanalia Festival.
the final
gift
trailer because he calls her Sandrone in that when she wouldn't have had the name yet.
You hate high heels that much?
Ear-grating nuisances. I can't stand them. And how do you even fight in a dress like that? The length alone is ridiculous.
She kind of just stands there, that's how.
A lady can be elegant and deadly at the same time, you know. The two often go hand in hand.
They're giving us a lot of text
You'll
that we can use to
understand
translate
when
this
you're
now.
older, I'm sure.
I won't, and I don't want to. Let's go, Paloma.
What happened to
forgot.
Polonia?
Even you're no longer by my side.
Can we rebuild him?
Polonia.
The stellar linchpin. I'm so excited to play whatever her character backstory is going to be in the upcoming patch. Ships passing in the night, huh? Why are you avoiding her?
I can't see them yet.
I love how pretty her new eyes are.
My own questions first.
She could probably sense you. Because she sees with Kuvaki and whatnot. Okay, we're gonna go back through this real quick. So this is very clearly taking place during the events of the patch that's about to go live, because the Fontanalia Film Festival is about to start, or is ongoing at the point of the time of this trailer. It's really nice that we're getting text here with subtitles, which means this is going to help for people that want to do decoding. They'll be able to figure out what's being said here. And I know that they made Elaine a ghost here, or Lan, however it's pronounced, but I feel like they still could have showed his face. They showed his face in the previous animated short, so I don't know why they have to obscure it here. Also, the sunflowers are very symbolic of Elan because of the Fontaine Research Energy Institute, or whatever it's called. Those sunflowers are all over that place. Why do they need to obscure this? Just show us what he looks like. We already know what he looks like. It's so silly. Also, if they're in the Fontaine, the court of Fontaine right now, these sunflowers shouldn't be here. So this is probably all in a mental image. In fact, she's not even there. Or I guess she just left. 3 Mora. How much denominations are 3 Mora coins worth? You hate high heels that much. So this must be a memory of a conversation that Sandrone has had with Signora. Either that or she is dead right now and she's actually just talking to ghosts. That is also possible. And it's very easy to fight in a long dress like that if you're not running around. The way that Signora fights is she kind of just stands there and spins around in a circle, whipping and shooting fire everywhere. Or ice. This is the sad. This is really sad, though. I was hoping, and I think everybody was hoping, that Polonia would be able to come back as well. We don't... I hope we get some closure to Polonia at some way, somehow, in this upcoming story quest, because both Sandrone, her body, her core, and Polonia's core were sent back to the Fontaine Research Institute. I wonder if they're going to finally go back and update the damn dialogue on those. Because at the end of the Act 8 of the Song of the Welcome Moon, I actually went over there and started to exhaust all the NPC dialogue to see if any of it had updated, and none of it had, which is sad because they should have Sandrone's body, Polonia's body, and their cores, and being able to do something with it with Sandrone's notes. But who knows? This is probably going to be much more relevant to the story. This is a nice, good segue into the story, and I will probably play it probably Thursday will be the earliest opportunity I will have to play it. I could probably do it Wednesday night. We're going to be doing a pull stream for Sandrone, so look forward to that. I should have like close to 200 pulls. The real question is, will I be able to get her weapon? I'm pretty sure I can get her. It's time for the final trailer. Sandrone's character trailer. This trailer was uploaded 4 hours ago. It's now 1 a.m., which means it came out yesterday. It's another 1440p one. And it looks like this one's going to take place during the Fontanalia Film Festival because I see some VA credits for Sitlali in here. Alrighty. Character trailer, Sandrone to New Beginnings. Facts may exist objectively. Records, however, remain free, as does every life. They record principles, structures, data, hypotheses. They also record joy, sorrow, compassion, and love. I'm gonna cry, aren't I? Ooh. It's like a noir-esque film style. And it's all 2D animated. Is this how he built Sandrone? Is that... Yep, this is what we're doing. And then she wakes up.
Weather, clear. Optimal testing conditions.
Oh.
Power level met.
This is her building Faggio.
Faggio is ready for final calibration. Unfortunately, without Polonia, data collection and retrieval have suffered.
Because Polonia got the books from the top shelf for you. That's sad.
Weather, clear. Took a walk. It's
We're reading
Fontanalia Film Festival season.
We're reading
Someone
diary
wrote
entries.
about Alan's life. The poster made him look ancient. You've been immortalized as an old man, Alan.
That's funny. We were told in the live stream that Columbina is playing a role in this movie. I wonder why. Learning to walk, learning to draw, puzzle solving. Ugh, butterfly pinboards. Oh.
Weather, overcast. Tested Faggio in the field.
Charge attack. Oh, that's so cool. All this music goes so hard. That's her Claymore. You're kind of testing more than just Faggio in the field at this point. There's the ult.
Result. All targets eliminated.
Oh my god, it's like Tony Stark's like little arm thingy.
Voice module will remain uninstalled.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Miss Guillotine.
So that was why Sitlali was listed in the VA credits. And this is going to be a very interesting story quest. So it looks like these trailers literally are just like previews to what's going to be happening next. I want to go look through that again. Because this was very, very meticulous. So we get to see the weird meticulous project of how Elaine slowly built, I guess, Marionette. This little robot arm thingy is probably supposed to be a reference to like the MCU Iron Man movies, because Tony has, I forget what his name was. It's like a robot arm. He has like 2 of them and they have names, and I don't remember because I haven't watched Iron Man in like 6 years or more. God, probably 10 years or more at this point. It's really interesting. It's similar to being born again. It's similar to being created from nothing. We get to see her first steps. We get to see her learn. We get to see her basically kind of struggle. And at the same time, we're seeing Faggio's creation running in parallel to these flashbacks of Marionette's creation. We've got 2 of these little arm thingies now. And sadly, I think it's a little bit depressing to me that without Polonia, data retrieval has gotten harder because you're short. You only miss Polonia because they were tall? Then again, if I had a giant robot butler that could carry me around that was like a sibling, I would be really missing them too. And I also need somebody else to help me get stuff from the top shelf because I am not very tall either. I'm 172 centimeters if I remember right, or is I 174? Whatever 5.77 is. 5 feet 7 inches, 0.7 inches. It's probably 174. I wonder how frail she was when she was first put together. She probably was very frail, all things considered. Because, like, she just got stabbed slightly from Dotori and then yeeted, and that was enough for her to be destroyed. But we see her doing her first hobbies, her first learning, her first steps. And then the first test with Fagio as a comparison to her first tests. Fagio is being held to much higher standards, all things considered. And this fight scene is really crazy, and the music goes really hard here, and I'm probably going to be listening to this and rewatching this time and time again. That being said, I did point it out before, and I will say again, if you're meant to be testing Fagio, you're kind of maybe invalidating the test quite a bit with your own interference. I love the arm. The arm's great. Voice module will remain uninstalled. Miss Giatin. Alright. Well, this has been a long, long series. We've been here 4 hours. 3 hours and 51 minutes. That is how long it took me to go through all of the Luna character teasers and all of the Luna character trailers. We reacted to them all, we did some analysis on all of them, we read all the descriptions, and we even got some anecdote stories in there too. That's going to be it from me. This has been an amazing, amazing thing. I'm really glad that I did this, and I look forward to seeing you all at some point in the future, because there's going to be more content like this down the line. We're probably going to be getting some Honkai Star Rail trailers next week, because they just put out the drip feed for 4.4, and we know we're getting a Fate collab at 4.4. Or I guess they put out the drip feed for 4.5, actually, which means we're going to Astropolis in 4.5, confirmed, which is going to be the second half of the 4.x series quest lines. Not to mention, we're probably going to start getting more Snezhnaya trailers in not too long. Sandrone is the last character that's coming out for these Luna patches. So, from this point out, no more Luna stuff. Anyway, at the start of the stream, I gave a little bit of an intro into what else we do here on the channel. There is a bunch of React streams that you can look to. I have a full playlist on my channel if you want to see other React content, including reactions to the Elbaf arc of the One Piece manga that we read live every Sunday. Well, every Sunday that there's a new chapter. And then, lastly, I would like to say, join my Discord if you want to stay up to date on what I'm doing and what I'm doing. Because this stream was announced there, and has been basically mentioned in one of these intros or outros for the last several videos that have come out. Also, some future content down the pipeline. There's going to be some Shadowverse Worlds Beyond content that's about to be uploaded before this even comes out. I'll have edited a 7-hour read-through of the Anathema's Gambit novel, and that's mostly done at this point. Then there's going to be some content of the Esperanza story. I'll do a playthrough of that at some point, hopefully within a week. As for Honkai Star Rail content, there is an event and a Cyrene pull stream that we're going to do. I don't expect to get her unless I get insanely lucky, because I don't think I have a lot of pulls. I think I might have like 45 or 55 or something around there. I don't even think I have enough to guarantee. Or maybe I do have enough to guarantee a 5-star, but I don't think I'm going to win. And then there's only like 500 or something Jades in the new event. If you'd like to contribute to anything, feel free to join me on Twitch. So, until next time, stay safe. I will see you all in the next stream, in the next video, in the Discord, or in the comments below. Goodbye, good night, and good morning.